Hello, friends. Welcome to today's stream. We're back as Hercule Poirot. We are about to go talk to Mrs. Hubbard, who is claiming that she has the murder weapon in her suitcase and just happened upon it. So we're going to go inquire with her about the validity of these statements.
I demand to be allowed to leave this train!
Madame, we are in the mountains, trapped in a snowdrift.
Stating the obvious, there is a murderer among us. He had the audacity to hide his weapon in my room.
Please, Madame Hubbard, take a deep breath and tell us what occurred.
Tell us about the knife.
Where did you find the knife?
I wanted to get a handkerchief from my purse, and when I opened it, I saw it! A bloody knife! Am I next to be murdered?
I very much doubt the murderer would give you his weapon.
What do you mean?
Madame, he would have used it.
Oh my heavens!
Also, didn't she, in our last episode, didn't she say she would never have a handkerchief? Because we asked her about the handkerchief with the H on it, and she said she wouldn't be caught dead with something like that.
Did you touch the knife?
Of course not. What a question.
I will take that as a no.
All right. What's in your bag? Oh my goodness.
Is this knife the real murder weapon, or is it a red herring?
That is a pointy bit. Okay. Just happened upon her bag. Look.
Mrs. Hubbard is distraught, Poirot. I should stay with her. Please go on without me.
I have every right to be distraught. Thank you, Mr. Book.
God, she's so fussy. All right, so where we left off last time, we'd interrogated a lot of people. Not interrogate, we investigated a different meaning. A lot of people. Prove the knife is the murder weapon. Oh, so I have to go find the doctor. I think he's just down the hall, if I remember correct. No, not that way. This way. That way leads to the bar and the restaurant. We don't need that. Hubbard's room. This is the murdered guy's room. This one's my room. I think it's in the second class because he's tending the woman who we've learned is a police detective who's investigating the kidnapping and then murder of a young girl named Daisy in the States. Here he is. Doctor.
Dr. Constantine, we may have found our murder weapon. We need to make certain.
There is a pretty quick way to be sure. I have estimated the depth of the wounds. You can easily find the depth of each wound by comparing the width. There are 5 of them that I am not sure about. Test them, and then we will compare our results.
I will do as you say, Doctor.
You must compare the size of the wounds to the width of the knife blade. For each wound in the body, find the depth that could have matched the knife shape to check if it could be the murder weapon. Okay, so how do I know? How would I compare it? Are they supposed to like line up here?
I must admit I'm not right this time.
The depth that could match the knife shape. Check if it could be. So this one's bigger, so we're assuming it's going to be further back. And it obviously has to match up at some point. Right? He doesn't say anything about the depth of these right now. Unless we have to just kind of be like, it's big. What?
No, not
What?
good. This is wrong. But I'm never far from think, Poirot. That is not a good answer. I do not think that's the right answer. No, not good. I do not think that's
Am
the
I-
right answer.
I don't get it.
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer.
I can't do anything here. It's literally, I can only mess with that. It's a little bit smaller than that guy was, so maybe that's the
This
hint.
is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth. I must admit I'm not right this time. Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer.
I don't like this puzzle. Okay, so this one's even smaller or about the same size? I guess? I don't
I
know.
do not think that's the right answer.
I don't understand. So this one's even smaller. This is weird.
I must admit I'm not right this time. No.
No,
not good.
no. These ones are gonna be the more shallow.
This is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth.
Or I have to wonder if it's, oh, is that it? Thank God.
Voila.
If it's one of those moments where they
What do you think?
didn't
Doctor?
render in
Is
properly.
this knife really the murder weapon?
There can be no doubt. You found the same depths as the estimates I made during the preliminary autopsy. I can assure you that you hold in your hands the weapon that took Ratchet's life.
He's awake. Hi, buddy. How you
Thank you.
feeling?
I feel way better now.
The rest gave you time to sleep off most of the effects of the drug.
I'm still a bit groggy.
That's understandable.
Are you able to continue your story now?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Where was I?
You were explaining how you returned to the Armstrong house to tell them their poor little child was dead.
Yes, that's it. I felt helpless. My part in the case was officially over, but I knew I couldn't let it go. Daisy deserved justice.
Oh, we were that close to finishing chapter 4 last night. Cool. Now we know. Are we gonna be her again?
2 days later,
Ah.
I returned to the Armstrong house to tell them Daisy would be released soon for burial. I was angry with myself that I couldn't bring them better news. I wasn't prepared for more tragedy.
Uh-oh. What did the mom? I could see the mom going off the rails. Here's a kitty.
Hello, Miss Moreau. I'm here to see Colonel Armstrong.
Good morning, Detective. Colonel Armstrong is upstairs. He isn't well.
If we remember, it was her boyfriend that was part of the plot to kidnap the kid. Also, 0 out of 10. Can't pet cat. What's their bedroom? Guessing over here, then. What? No. Daisy's room. Is he in Daisy's room? Oh, yep.
Nothing's been touched. It's as if Daisy might walk in at any moment and begin to play.
I don't think it's happening.
Good morning, Colonel Armstrong. Is your wife here?
Here? No, Sonia is not here. Always one step behind.
Uh-oh,
She
did I
died
call
of a
it?
miscarriage last night. My wife, Daisy, and our baby. My whole family is gone.
I'm so sorry. I came straight here this morning. I received word that you can arrange for Daisy to be returned to you for burial. I didn't know.
Well, then, now you don't have to come back. I can arrange for Daisy, my wife, and our unborn child to be buried all at once. Very efficient. Being a military man, I can appreciate efficiency.
I know how hard this must be for you.
No, you don't know. I don't want your sympathy. I want you to do your bloody job and catch the creature that did this.
I know you won't believe me, but I swear to you, I will find who did this. If it takes me to the far corners of the earth, I will find them.
Then go. Please go now. Go find them.
I know I called it. I didn't want to be right, especially not like that. My God. That was a lot of
The
context.
house that once held the laughter of a child now feels so empty. I'm not giving up. I'm a part of this case. Or the case is a part of me.
I don't know if we really needed that. Unless, I guess, maybe it plays in the story later. I don't think it does, but like a lot.
All units, Hike is in the vicinity of the cabin where Daisy Armstrong was found, spotted a pickup truck drive through the barricade tape, and then head up the dirt road toward where the subject cabin is located.
Uh-oh.
Any car nearby who can respond?
Unit 28, we can respond, but we're a ways away.
Dispatch, this is 11. I'm on it.
Copy that. 11, you're good to go.
Copy that.
She doesn't have backup. What is with this? You can't just go when you don't have backup. You almost blew up last time. In fact, you did a couple of times. I didn't understand the assignment.
Okay, there's the pickup. Let's see who ignored our barricade tape. 11 here. I'm at the cabin. Someone has broken in.
Are you requesting backup?
Not yet. I'm going to take a look around.
Copy that, 11.
Girl. God, what? It's either going to be Ratchet, the guy who was found dead, or it's going to be Noah, the boyfriend of the girl.
Footprints.
They lead away.
A forensics evidence identification marker. Forensics had to go through this place with a fine-tooth comb. A forensics evidence identification
all you're saying about those
marker
things?
is not here.
Yeah, not here.
That's where I found Fluffy. Daisy's special toy. I hope we returned him to the family. 3/8/92. Oh, when the poor deer was killed.
Okay, because last time I thought that was like a code. Ding. We can go look at the truck.
An individual has entered a police-secured area. I have to stop him first.
Maybe just make sure that the keys aren't in the truck. That way he can't get out. Thought. Hello? This looks like a place I can go, but I can't. That's a lie. Well, where... Do I hear things? Am I crazy? Where is he? I don't see anybody. I got the reflection.
Somebody ignored the barricade tape.
The reflection on the car hit at the right time of like a noise and it spooked me. Okay, can I thought there was like somebody coming up on me.
Duct tape to silence Daisy's screams. Damn it, Daisy. I will find whoever did this to you.
So what are we looking for? I don't see anything. Homeboy's gone. Not in here. I don't see nothing. Okay. What am I supposed to do? Back to the car, find the owner of the pickup. Can I go further down this way? No. Okay, so where... Is there like a basement that I didn't see? Where's this goon? Oh? Oh my god.
Don't shoot, officer. I'm on your side.
Sir, keep your hands where I can see them.
Sure, no problem.
Sir, this is a crime scene. Who the hell are you?
I'm
Noah.
a reporter. Boston 6 News. You can get us on cable even here in the mountains.
They haven't heard of crime scene tape in a big city like Boston?
All right, that wasn't my best move. I got all excited. I didn't expect to find the place deserted. It was hard to resist.
You should have tried harder. I'm placing you under arrest.
You should be thanking me. Look what you apparently missed and I found.
We'll get to that, but you're going to answer some questions first.
Convenient.
I'm more used to asking questions, but Fire away.
Who are you?
Who are you exactly?
I'm Michael Clark, journalist for Boston 6 News. Off camera, but someday I'm going to be anchor. You just wait.
Do you have a way to prove that?
My press card's in my truck.
What are you doing here? You should know a crime scene is off limits.
I'm investigating the Daisy Armstrong kidnapping like you.
Does the pickup parked in front of the cabin belong to you?
Yes, indeed, it's mine.
I'll check. Show me your hands. I'm gonna cuff you.
I'm sure we can work out a deal.
Don't make
Put your
deals with
hands
police
in front
officers.
of you.
Got a job to do, man. So, what's with the bunker we
Aren't you
found?
gonna read me my rights?
Nah.
You have the right to remain silent. I really wish you'd exercise that one. Dispatch, this is 11. I intercepted a suspicious individual at the crime scene. I'll check to determine how badly he's compromised it. Then I'm bringing him in.
Copy that, Detective Locke.
I mean, there's footprints. So he's already done quite a bit of damage there. Oh. We're just in his car. Boston News.
Press card, and the phone number of the newspaper is on it. Ah, good. I can give them a call.
Okay. Might have accidentally clicked
the
off
glove
screen.
compartment is closed.
Okay. Got a camera. Ah.
Candid photos of the entire Armstrong family. A reporter just doing his job. Or something else?
Is Daisy alive in this picture?
Telephoto lens. Not so surprising for a journalist.
Getting a little suspicious. Keys? That, okay. Open this one. Yeah, see? Keys.
Car keys in the sun visor. A classic hiding place. Well, at least on TV.
The worst place you could put it. Okay. A wallet. Is he who he says he is? Oh, Michael Clark, okay.
Clark's driver's license seems to be in order.
There's at least that. Chicago Museum. Okay. What's this? Vehicle registration? Yeah, title.
The vehicle registration is not in the name of Michael Clark or a rental company.
Ooh. I wonder if this is the car of the guy who kidnapped the kid. It's Baker Stephen. This guy was doing recon. Okay, let's get out. Oops. What did I? Oh, it just did it on its own. It looks like a 7. 8. 4. 3.
Score. 1 for the good guys.
Do I have to call him right now?
Hi, I'm Detective Joanna Locke, Berkshire Police. I'd like to speak to an editor, please.
One moment, please. Hello, Detective Locke? This is Abby Wilson. I'm a senior editor. What can I do for you?
Does a man named Michael Clark work for you?
Yes, he does. Why?
This
Do you
one.
remember what the last case he investigated was?
It was a murder case. The victim was a millionaire named James Miller. He was called the Frozen Fish King of Gloucester, Massachusetts. His body turned up in one of his nets. Or, rather, most of it did.
Ew.
What kind of stories does Mr. Clark write?
Mr. Clark is an investigative reporter. Mostly crime stories, to tell you the truth. He comes up with some pretty macabre stuff some of the time. Is there a problem? Or a story?
Well,
He works in the field?
Yes, Michael Clark is what we call a stringer. He works as a freelancer, comes up with a story we can use, we pay him, then we don't hear from him again for several months.
When was the last time you heard from him?
Oh, it's been at least 7 or 8 months. That's not unusual.
Ah, well, thank you, Ms. Wilson. You've been a great help to me.
Pleasure. I hope he's not in trouble. He can be a little pushy, but he's a good guy overall. So what's he working on now, Detective? Are you sitting on a story?
Thanks again.
Bye. So he could be saying that he's working on this, but in reality, he's making it so he has something to like write about. You know, that could be a thing. Let's see. Ooh, there's a code. Is it the 3? What is it? 3892?
Yes, I knew I could do it. I can always use safe cracking as a career move.
I knew that had something to do with it. Hello, housekeeping.
There. Now let's see what secrets you're hiding.
Girl, you need backup. What are you doing? You're just walking to random bunkers.
What the hell is that gas can doing here?
Do you not know what it would be doing here? Really? You don't?
The cap's been damaged, and some gasoline has leaked out.
Learn more about this gas can. Oh. Okay. I don't know what those do. Oh god. Oh gods. Oh man, there's gonna be a whole there's gonna be a whole puzzle. Oh no. Hey, it's the bomb stuff.
This blueprint. It looks like the bomb in the cabin. The kidnapper built the bomb here.
Remember, friends, how we blew ourselves up a couple times because I didn't understand what was happening because this game doesn't believe in telling you what's happening? Okay. Ugh, so jumbled. But why does it matter? Why do we care? What? I'm assuming there's going to be a thing
This
that's like...
bunker looks like it's as old as the cabin. Everything is falling apart.
Maybe a thing that's like, oh, here's how you actually turn on the lights. Because right now, I have no idea what would be the right one. Like, all super interconnected. That goes to that, comes out here in this room. Oh, that's what's happening. I see. If we pull it, will we die?
No, doesn't work.
Worth a shot.
Now what? I have to turn the power back on to open this magnetic door.
Okay, so in terms of power, the bottom one... Ugh, okay, let's start with one. This one up here, it's the bottom. Bottom... Oh, stop it. One over there. That one on the lower bit. Lower bit goes up and around. It's the outer one. Outer one that way. Outer. Okay, so it's going to be this one. Okay. And then this one down here, it's the middle one. Right, so this middle one pops out. Goes up and around and wiggles and it's off on the right. And from the right, the right comes left. This one. Then we got one more. this. So all the way on the left, when we look at it, it'll be on the right. And I'll go back to the left. And it looks straight. So then from there, this one that kind of droops, and it's this one. Okay, let's go test that. If it's not that, I'm going to be upset.
Let there be light.
I did it. I'm proud of us. Damn, that's a door.
Perfect, it works.
Why is there calendar? I don't like it. Girl, Go call the police. Armstrong party.
February 24th, the day of the kidnapping. They knew about the party and everything.
Dang, sketchy. Oh, it's a... Nothing's happening. What's that?
Could use a new light bulb.
Okay, so if we got a new light bulb, we could actually hear what's happening. Where is a light bulb? Can we just casually electrocute ourselves? Can I grab that light bulb? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I don't see any light bulbs that I can grab. I don't see anything I can interact with either. Ooh, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do?
This bunker looks like it's as old as the cabin. Everything is falling apart.
Is there a light bulb in the cabin? I highly doubt it. I didn't see anything else. I don't know what it would want. Does he have... Oh, we gotta banish people. Please hold. Does he have something in his truck for it?
The gas can I found in the bunker would match this outline perfectly.
He's in on it. Check the bunker, open the door, open the safe. Am I not inside the bunker? I'm sorry. I need a light. Where do I find a freaking light bulb? Does he not have one in here? Oh, right. I have to go this way. I didn't see one. I don't remember seeing one in here. Yeah. Was there one there and I just goofed? Can I talk to him anymore?
I don't need to talk to the suspect right now.
Okay. Where do I find the thing? Where do I get the stuff? I wonder if he's the reporter, started dating the chick and being like, I'm Noah. She totally fell for it because she's desperate and gullible. Oh, there's a mustache.
Not really my style, but I'll take it.
And then he ran off. But it was a whole fabricated. Make money on the ransom and then sell the story to make money on the story. Oh, what am I... Is there an interactable that I'm just, like, not getting close enough to? Or am I just supposed to... Nothing does anything.
That isn't the right combination.
I want to
Could
take you
use a
out.
new light bulb.
How do I get a new light bulb? My man. My dude. Can I get that one? Can I turn... Oh, do I have to turn it off? Oh. Maybe that's it. Okay, so... 5. 1. 7.
Damn, that isn't it.
Oops, I let go. 5. 1. 7. Three.
Yes! I knew I could do it. I can always use safe cracking as a career move.
Okay, great. We did it. Better not be more bodies. Oh, money! Oh. Counterfeit pen? Oh, wait. JM.
An expensive looking pen with the initials JM? What's its story?
Who's JM? So many monies. Ooh, is that a hair? Oh,
That looks like a hair caught in the band around the money. Forensics will tell me for sure, but that doesn't look like Daisy's color.
Any other things, or that's it? What the heck are you?
It's Daisy's hair clip, the same as the picture I saw at the Armstrong house.
Well, we knew she was here.
These get locked up again until forensics get here. Okay, time for forensics to attack that bunker. And Clark? He's too sure of himself. I need to get him into an interrogation room and find out what really makes him tick.
Okay, did all those things, did all that. What now?
I'll secure the bunker for forensics. Progress at last.
Beautiful. Now we gotta go back to the police station. And dude's handcuffed, so he shouldn't do anything unless he has an accomplice that suddenly pops out of the woodwork. Don't trust him.
I know my rights. You can't keep somebody locked up in a car like this, you know. You wouldn't do it if I was a dog. Do they have bathrooms at the station?
My gosh. He'd just be a nightmare. Just in the back, just, can I have my stuff? Can I do this?
I have
Can
the
I
right
this?
to make a phone call, Detective whatever your name is.
That phone is an outside line.
Hello, boss. It's Michael Clark. I'm still on the Armstrong kidnap, but there's a small problem. I got caught being someplace I shouldn't be. I'm at the police station. No, I'm not under arrest. Just questioning. Fire me. Why? The station's integrity? You're kidding me, right? If you think I've screwed up that badly, then fire me. Got that? Fire me. Yes, do it.
That didn't go well.
I think I got my point across. What happens now?
Go ahead. Then we'll have a chat.
He could have been also calling accomplices to be like, oh, you need to fire me. Like, hey, we're... jig is up. She knows. Alright. Mr. Clark, if that is your name, because I've already forgotten.
Now that we've taken your DNA, we can begin. Interview of suspect Michael Clark.
It is Clark.
6 p.m., March 30th, 2019. This interview is being recorded.
By elves behind the mirror, no doubt?
You were arrested at a crime scene where you damaged police barricade tape.
I'll pay for a new roll.
That's a Class A misdemeanor, and it carries a $500 fine.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
To begin with, where were you on the night Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped?
I was watching TV in my motel room, but I had my police scanner on. I heard the first reports that the little girl was missing. No way the police at the scene were gonna let me get close. I set my alarm so I could get on the story first thing in the morning, and tried to sleep. It was difficult.
Can anybody confirm where you were?
No, afraid not. I was alone and sleepless. A sad combination. And I realized a bad alibi.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we're not gonna let you off easy. Yes?
Let's move on to the gas cans and what we found in your pockets when you were brought in here today.
That sounds exciting.
In
In addition to the gasoline in the back of your pickup and another in the bunker, you had a lighter and gloves in your pockets. You were going to set fire to the bunker and every scrap of evidence inside.
Where to begin? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I wasn't planning to use these things to destroy the crime scene. I've been around crime scenes my entire career. I brought the gloves so as not to contaminate it with my fingerprints. The gas can in the back of my pickup, I use it to put gas in the truck. Gas stations are few and far between in your mountains. I didn't know there was a gas can in the bunker. If that's true, I did you a favor. My arrival obviously scared off somebody planning to burn everything.
Do you also have an excuse for your lighter?
The lighter? I'm trying to quit smoking. I used the lighter as a reminder not to start again.
That's a terrible, terrible alibi, sir. Your truck.
Let's start with why you went to the cabin.
If the police were interested in it, I was interested in it.
That pickup of yours, that's a very nice ride. Especially for a stringer who only gets a few stories on the air. How can you afford it?
When Boston 6 does use a story, they pay okay.
That truck is top of the range. How much did it set you back? $55,000, $60,000?
When I have to, I do what everybody else does. I take out a loan. How about you, detective? You got a loan on your car?
He's enjoying himself. I need to throw him off balance somehow, surprise him into making an error.
Explain to me again how you got to the crime scene.
I listened in on the police radio frequency. Anybody can do it with a scanner. I headed for the crime scene in my trusty pickup, like I've done for years. After the forensic team left, I needed to see the crime scene for myself. I got to the bunker just before you arrived.
Listen to the police radio frequency. Anybody can do it. Yeah, headed for the crime scene. My trusty pickup like I've done for years. This may
It
be?
won't be easy to prove he's lying. Find some evidence.
You said you've been driving that pickup for years?
Oh.
You heard right. Thanks to it, I never miss a story.
The vehicle title.
You say you've been using your pickup for years, but the title certificate is not in your name. The truck belongs to somebody named Stephen Baker.
Okay, I don't get why the pickup is so important to you, but I guess my ego made me say that. Yeah, the pickup was lent to me by a friend. I couldn't afford it even with a loan.
I think you stole it, Mr. Clark. You needed a pickup like that for our mountain roads, so you stole that one.
Try proving it. But while you run off on some wild goose chase, you can't hold me.
But we could if we find reason to.
You say you're a journalist, a stringer for Channel 6 News in Boston.
I sell my stuff to lots of media outlets.
Name of editor-in-chief.
How is your editor doing?
Last time we spoke, she was fine. But that was months ago.
What's her name again?
I work for lots of stations and lots of editors.
She knows your name, but you don't remember hers?
I'm not great with names.
It's Kelly Johnson.
Oh yeah, Kelly.
I just made that name up.
It's Abby
Good for
Wilson.
you.
Her name is Abby Wilson. Mr. Clark, you lie like you breathe.
Huh. Well, that was mean.
He thinks he's invincible. I need to play his ego. That's the key.
What are you doing in the Berkshires? And what is your connection to the Armstrong case?
For the past few months, I've been working on a big case. Boston 6 News was looking forward to my next story. The Armstrongs have been on my list of potential targets for a long time. I changed gears when Daisy was kidnapped and started investigating the Armstrongs.
Okay. Past few months been working on a big case. Looking forward to my next story. Armstrongs have been on my list of potential targets. Changed gears when Daisy was kidnapped and started investigating the Armstrongs. You already were.
So you just stumbled on a major kidnapping story during your stay in the Berkshires.
Yeah, I was researching PCBs in the river for crying out loud. Then, wow, the Armstrongs. That's not a Science Sunday report. That's a lead. Sometimes you just get lucky.
His camera.
Your camera in the pickup. There were photos of Daisy from before she was kidnapped.
The Armstrongs are a famous family, like the Kennedys or Hollywood couples. Gossip sites love them. People want to see how they live. I started out just stealing candid shots. Paparazzi live on getting that one exclusive shot. Steamy, intimate, whatever. Then when the kidnapping happened, I realized I was here first. What an opportunity. And I jumped at it.
You have an answer for everything.
You're not very good at this, are you? How long have you been on the job?
Ooh.
Long enough to put you away for life. If you killed that little girl.
I know that Clark is lying. I need to reconstruct the whole sequence of events in order to understand what happened.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. Once I play this little mini game, we're gonna get you. Okay, so Clark opens the bunker. Clark throws the can of gas into the bunker. Clark breaks the barricade tape. Clark closes the bunker. Picks a can from his pickup. I come and surprise Clark. So he grabs this. All right. Grabs this. Oh wait, no. Breaks the tape first. Opens the bunker. I arrive. He drops the gasoline, closes the door, and then comes out and greets me.
The detective gets it right.
I'll tell you what really happened. You waited until forensics left and arrived in your probably stolen pickup. You grabbed a can of gasoline from your truck. You then went into the cabin to check if Daisy had been found. You then went straight to the bunker to see if it had been discovered, planning to set it on fire and destroy all the evidence inside. Before you could start the fire, you heard me arrive. So you hastily left your gas can and closed the hatch. You didn't think I could open the bunker. If I hadn't found you, I expect you would have burned down the cabin too.
I'm not gonna make fun of you, Detective, or how you handled my interrogation. You're obviously very new at this. I swear I'm telling the truth. I didn't know the bunker was there until the moment you showed up. I seem to have trumped your entire police force.
When I get the DNA results from the bunker, we'll continue this conversation.
You have no concrete evidence against me whatsoever.
The lab results will be in soon. You won't get away with this.
Yeah, if there's nothing to hold
See
him.
that call? That's your arrest warrant and a one-way ticket to prison. I'll be right back.
Shaky at best.
Hello, sir. I think I found the man who kidnapped Daisy Armstrong. I'm interrogating him now.
Hold on, Detective Locke. I have some bad news. Someone set fire to the cabin in the bunker. The fire department is on the scene, but they say it's too late.
That's impossible. My suspect has been in the interrogation room with me all evening.
We can't hold him. Suzanne Moreau. Her fingerprints are on the wine bottle found in the cabin. We also found an unknown person's fingerprints, but they don't match your suspects.
Sir, with all due respect, I'm convinced Michael Clark is involved.
Detective, I'm cutting you some slack already. But we cannot hold your suspect simply because you're convinced he's guilty. We have evidence that Suzanne was working with an accomplice, Noah Garrity. I order you to release the reporter and arrest this Moreau.
Let me just check my last lead. The DNA analysis of the hair found in the bunker safe. The results just came in.
I know how hard this is. Okay. Get the DNA results. Detective Locke, I will give you 1 hour maximum. Then you close the file and arrest Suzanne Moreau.
Thank you, sir.
So much backstory.
A gold mustache. Thank you very much.
You have to remember, we're trying to figure out what happened on a train. Is there anything in here that I can look at? Anything of note?
I'll add these to the file. Anything that will erase Clark's smile.
Okay.
The only comfortable chair in the whole station. But there's no time to rest. Case files. A lot of them for our tiny town. This is all a game to him, and he doesn't expect to lose. An extra computer so I don't have to go all the way out to my desk.
Okay. It's really dramatic voice acting for just that. Alright, so there's that. Alright, let's go back and talk to him. Wait, did I... Oh, yeah. I thought we were going to be able to see the DNA results. He's definitely working
Who
with
did
somebody.
you call earlier?
An editor from the Boston 6 News.
An editor you repeatedly said should fire you. That was your accomplice, wasn't it? You were telling him to start the fire.
An accomplice?
Noah.
I know it was Noah you called.
I'm saying nothing more without the presence of my lawyer.
Stay right where you are. I'm not done with you yet.
Wow. Do I hear grounds for a lawsuit?
Some poor innocent woman is being accused instead of you. You set her up, didn't you?
You have to let me go, Detective.
All I need is one more phone call to the lab. I know it's you, and I'm going to prove it. Hello,
It's
this is Joanna
Suzanne's
Locke.
hair.
I need the results of the DNA test I asked you for.
Hi, Detective. Sorry, we only have the DNA sequence. We haven't had time to compare it with the suspects yet. It'll take 7 more hours. I'm sorry, but you are not the only one on the waiting list.
Send your analysis to my computer in the office. I'll do the comparison myself.
I need authorization.
I have a murderer who is going to walk free unless I get those results now.
Fine, we'll send it to you right away, but I'll have to log this.
Fine.
It's my last chance.
Dang, that would be stressful. Because there are definitely... Oh. There are limits to how long you can hold somebody. Anything start with... Look for the CTA. I don't think... The CTA here... I think that's the only one, so it's not that. Look at Michael Clark. We got TTC there. I'll bet you, though, it's Suzanne. They've absolutely set her up. A lot of letters in front of my face right now. TTA. I don't know if anybody else gets this, but like my eyes like double back on themselves sometimes. And so it's really hard to actually focus. Oh, here we go.
No. No! Suzanne?
Dang, I'm good at this.
I don't understand. I was sure it would be Clark's hair. I'll have to let him go.
It was very intentionally planted for somebody of this caliber, for this kind of kidnapping and all of the steps we've seen taken. They 100% set her up. They grabbed a lock of her hair, put it in the bill. It wouldn't have been missed. All right.
You can leave.
Sorry it didn't work out for you, Detective. Maybe you should consider a career change.
Scummy.
We are not done.
Oh, but we are, my dear. We are done.
How interesting would it be if that's Ratchet?
I had no choice but to return to the Armstrong house to arrest Suzanne Moreau.
That poor man's just gonna be left home alone all by himself. I don't wanna.
The arrest warrant for Suzanne Moreau. Suzanne was set up by Clark and Noah. They are the kidnappers, but I'm not giving up. When Suzanne comes up for trial, I will fight for her defense. But for now, the district attorney is in charge. If I want to stay a detective, he always has the last word.
Yeah, don't mess with the DA. Husband was watching a video of somebody trying to get out of a ticket and saying that they don't have authority and then trying to run from the police. Oh.
The door is wide open. How strange.
But they went from, a couple $100s. Hi, kitty. A couple $100 of a speeding ticket to, oh, now you have a felony charge and
is anyone
fines.
there? Miss Moreau?
Oh no, were they
Miss
killed?
Moreau? This is Detective Locke.
Oh, they were killed, weren't they? Oh no. Oh, because then she could identify Noah.
Miss Moreau, can you hear me? It's me, Detective Locke. You must get up now. Miss Moreau?
Open thine eyes. There's pills right there.
Miss Moreau, can you hear me?
Suzanne Moreau is dead. There are no traces of blows or injuries on her body. She doesn't seem to have defended herself from anyone.
Only there were pills. Are these going to be the same sleeping pills that were... They are the same... the same sleeping pills that we found on Ratchet's body.
It appears Suzanne killed herself by ingesting all these drugs.
Okay. Where's the mister? Is he still in Daisy's room? Or is he also dead? Whole family murdered. Is there a thing? I thought I saw a thing. Ooh. Not here. Where is he? Are there any other doors I can open then? Did I miss something? Or is he not here? Okay. I could see it being like, he's distraught, so he takes out everybody that had any connection to Daisy. Nice clean slate. I can't go that way. Is he not here? I need to do more investigating for the death of Suzanne. Is she... Ooh, is there maybe a ladder or something? Is there gonna be something... Oh. Was there more in the bedroom and I just totally missed it? Also, I like how they put the little props out to keep you from going too far. Pretty smart. Yeah, there must be something upstairs that I just totally overlooked. Okay. Oh, is there something... Oh, like a suicide note. Dear Miss Moreau, please forgive this letter. Dr. Adams has been unable to reach you for several days. We wanted to let you know that your mother passed peacefully during the night of Saturday, March 29th. Please contact us if you would like assistance.
Suzanne was telling the truth about her mother.
I wonder, though, if the baddies... Like, if she was working with them because they had her mom in the coma and, like, were keeping her alive. I killed Daisy. I was scared she would tell if I released her from the cabin alive. Can't live with myself and what I've done. Oh.
She must have realized at last how she'd been used. The death of her mother would have been an additional shock, and the self-righteous court of social media was as quick as usual to try and convict her.
But... Pray for Daisy. It's the nanny responsible. Child's nanny do such a thing. Bring back death penalty. Unless she was forced into doing it. Or like somebody wrote...
Suzanne's diary is missing.
Oh. Somebody wrote it post-mortem. Her glasses are missing.
Her glasses are missing.
And I don't think there's anything with the book, no. Keychain, still a keychain. Tissues, still tissues. Is the stuff in here gone? Oh, that's also still here. Okay.
I called the district attorney to inform him.
This is Detective Locke, sir. I'm at the Armstrong house.
Have you arrested Suzanne Moreau?
She's dead, sir. Apparent suicide, but I need a forensics team.
She killed herself out of remorse for her part in the crime.
We don't know that yet. I'm calling forensics now, but I wanted you to know.
What a mess. Stay on site until forensics arrive.
Yes, sir. Standing by.
Also, who wallpapers one panel?
The investigation was officially closed. I was certain that she was innocent, and Clark had been responsible for 4 deaths and then vanished into thin air. With $1 million. Dollars marked, though, and not easily spent. I didn't care if the case was officially closed.
That sucks.
I swore, Mr. Poirot, whatever it took, I would hunt him down.
Oh, that was chapter 5. Cool. Making progress. A weird angle. We're like stuck. Not even a little. Like we're in the middle of
I
nowhere.
waited for the forensics team, then went into the station to write my report. I was officially off the case.
Thank you, mademoiselle. That obviously cannot be the completion of your story. If I might ask a question?
Of course.
Ratchet was Noah, Miss Monroe's boyfriend. Yeah, because Ratchet shows no remorse. Michael Clark showed no remorse. Noah showed some remorse.
Michael Clark, the reporter. He was Ratchet?
Absolutely. I was the only law enforcement official to question Clark. I knew this wasn't his first kidnapping.
You looked for similar cases. What do you Americans call the MMOs?
Means, motive, and opportunity. Yes, I looked for someone in plain sight. Someone on the edge of a kidnapping case. Someone in plain view, keeping track of the investigations. An innocent witness, a concerned neighbor, even another reporter.
And eventually you found a name behind an alias.
Yes, I found a name. Cassetti, the real name. The real name of the man you call Ratchet is Cassetti.
This explains much, mademoiselle, but not all.
It explains why she is our #1 suspect.
But not how she came to be on this train. Attends, she has grown pale.
I don't know what's wrong with me. Excuse me, Mr. Poirot. I don't feel very well.
You are exhausted and still feeling the effects of the drug. Stay with us, mademoiselle. One more effort. I need to know your recent movements.
I snuck aboard the train.
This I observed. You came directly to this room?
Yes, and other than a couple of careful trips to the ladies yesterday, I never left this room. I didn't want to be spotted by Ratchet. Yesterday, I chatted with my roommate, Miss Schmidt, I think, here in our room. She brought me some dinner. I got very sleepy and nodded off.
I think Miss Schmidt needs some questioning.
And now she nods off again. Is this a joke? She must be faking, so we can't interrogate her further, Poirot.
No, Book. She really seems to have fallen asleep again. It is my fault. She must have been given a dangerous dose of sleeping pills last night. The effects should wear off soon, I hope, but I am afraid asking her to tell us her story was too much for her.
Pinch her, Poirot. She's faking.
Her eyes are dilated. She is not faking, and there will be no pinching. Dr. Constantine, please stay with her. Monsieur Book, ask the other passengers to gather in the dining car. There are still many questions I need to ask.
But all of them together? Won't someone overhear your questioning the others?
I will speak softly because I am trained to do so. They will speak softly because they want to.
Very well. I will do as you say.
So my thought, maybe Ratchet did see her or was aware of her following, because she was a little obvious. And he managed to get sleeping pills into her food to try to kill her. So it was a lethal dose, but she somehow managed to make it through. Like maybe she didn't finish all of dinner. And that Schmidt? But now she's trying to sleep it off, collapse in the ladies' room. But Ratchet obviously was murdered. And she's still alive. But she had nothing to do with the murder of him.
I hope your investigation is going well, Mr. Poirot.
I hope it's going well. I know I brought my roommate food and it like made her super sick, but it's fine.
Okay. How interesting. This is, I will say, like, the puzzles are a little silly, but this is a fun way to tell the story. I do like living through it like this. Some of the mechanics are a little clunky, but it could be worse.
I hope we will be leaving soon.
Oh, a Russian doll. The heck is that?
I should go and interview the passengers in the restaurant car.
Like a juicer? What? I think it's a juicer and the guy's trying to fix it. Interesting. Restaurante. Now we wait.
The passengers who agreed to come and talk to you are assembled, Poirot. Mr. Masterman is already here to answer your questions.
Perfect. Thank you, my friend. Sit down, Monsieur Masterman, please.
Thank you.
Does the name Cassetti mean anything to you?
No. Should it?
Have you heard of the Armstrong kidnapping case?
Of course. It was all over the news a few years ago.
Your employer's real name is Cassetti. He was the man behind that kidnapping.
Mr. Ratchet was... He murdered that poor little girl?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. McQueen, the man you worked for is a kidnapper named Cassetti.
What? What kidnapping?
What
He
kidnapping?
murdered his victim, a child named Daisy Armstrong.
The Armstrong kidnapping?
You had no idea of Monsieur Ratchet's real name?
Damn skunk!
Why are you so upset?
My father was the district attorney who handled the case, Mr. Poirot. I saw Mrs. Armstrong more than once. She was a lovely woman, so gentle and
He
heartbroken.
knew the family.
If ever a man deserved what he got, Ratchet, or Cassetti, is the man. He didn't deserve to live.
Bold statement.
Madame Olson, have you heard of the Daisy Armstrong case?
No, I've never heard of it.
It was only 2 years ago. It was famous.
Maybe so, but it was not famous in Spain, where I have been helping the refugees from Africa.
You've never heard the name Daisy Armstrong?
No, never.
Daisy Armstrong? No.
No.
No. No.
Yes. It was all over the English tabloids before I went to Jordan. A horrific crime that claimed the lives of an entire family and their wrongfully accused nanny. That's right, isn't it?
Quite so.
I thought the culprit had been punished.
Some might say that the culprit was punished last night.
Oh, my heavens.
May I ask you a few more questions?
Yes, yes, of course.
So she's the only one saying that she knows of the case.
You read about the crime, as you said, in the tabloids.
Yes, that's right. For weeks, news of the royal family was eclipsed.
Have you ever been to the United States, mademoiselle?
No, never. Jordan was really my first trip abroad.
Okay.
You were in Jordan?
Yes, I was an English tutor there to the children of a high official. Until recently.
What do you mean recently?
What is your relationship to Captain Arbuthnot?
Who?
A former soldier traveling with us. You must have met him.
Ah, yes, I met him on the platform in Istanbul. We only had a brief exchange of pleasantries, nothing more. British Reserve and all that.
Ah, the British Reserve. Yes, with this I am familiar.
Your earring was literally in his room, so...
Are you sure everything you have told me is accurate, Mademoiselle Debenham?
Of course.
Mademoiselle, I know that you met Captain Arbuthnot at the Tocatlion Hotel.
You were spying on me.
I am very attentive to my surroundings. It helps in my profession.
Well, it's your word against mine.
I had occasion to be of some assistance in recovering Captain Arbuthnot's train ticket. While searching his room, I also discovered one of your earrings. Whatever your relationship may be to the good captain, I doubt it has anything to do with British Reserve. You will not tell me your secret, mademoiselle?
I can't. I don't know what you mean.
Poirot, Miss Debenham's got nothing to do with this business. Nothing. Do you hear?
Bend down.
Archie, stop.
Ooh.
Captain, no! This behavior is unworthy of an officer and a gentleman.
Leave her alone! Have you no honor?
Archie, we should go.
Oh, suddenly you know him.
Captain Arbuthnot, I am certain you are a brave soldier, but you are a poor actor. The truth is that...
He's our lover.
Your relationship with Miss Debenham is beyond doubt, Captain. Your reaction was apparently that of a man trying to protect the woman he loves. I might understand that if your relationship were some cleverly disguised secret, but it is not. You make puppy dog eyes at one another at every opportunity. You cannot hide your love. Everybody knows.
I advise you to stop with your accusations, Mr. Poirot. I'm going to escort Miss Debenham back to her compartment. Make of that what you will.
The captain and Mademoiselle Debenham are obviously adamant about not revealing their relationship, but this scene convinced me there is more that is not so obvious.
This murder has everyone on edge. In my 25-year career, I have never seen such madness aboard the Orient Express.
I understand, my friend. The more we learn, the more perplexing this train ride becomes. But we have other clues to pursue.
What do you have in mind?
The broken watch on Monsieur Ratchet's wrist, for example, and the handkerchief found near the body. Who does that belong to?
This little drama we have just witnessed has not put you off the scent.
Far from it, my friend. Will you return to your watch over Mademoiselle Locke?
Yes, I will. Dr. Constantine can probably use a break.
Good.
Au revoir, Poirot.
Okay, so we still haven't talked to the princess, the chick that's afraid of trains, or her husband. All those people have been just chilling in the back.
My little gray cells did not let me down.
Was that really it? Ooh. I don't think it's his. It could be Hildegard. Or Hubbard. Oh. We have 7 people to identify? Two, three, four. Okay. Because we don't know first names of some of them. Okay, so we need to interrogate suspects about whose name begins with H. Interrogate people with the unknown first name. Okay. So... the kitchen. Shouldn't need to talk to anybody in the kitchen. Interesting. It's a weird way... I don't think it's bad. But the slow build of suspects. Oh, is there more to do? Well, there is more to do. What are 3 hypotheses? Tampered with. The watch was out of adjustment before the murder. Tampered by the murderer.
I do not think that's the right answer.
Okay.
Let me consider all the possibilities.
Okay. Because it's
Yes,
not...
there are only 3 possible hypotheses. The watch has been tampered with, or it is out of adjustment, or it indicates the time of the murder. I shall explore these last 2 possibilities before reaching any conclusions. If the watch is out of adjustment, it may be broken. There may also be another reason related directly to Ratchet. Maybe the watch is set to another time zone.
Oh, maybe. If we're in a different country and he never set his watch forward. Not already stopped before it was broken?
This is wrong, but I'm never far from the truth. The watch was not defective because the second hand is still moving. My little gray cells did not let me down.
It's so weird to think that there are people that can't read those watches anymore. What information is contradictory? Someone impersonated him.
I'm right again.
Because if it's
That
an hour off,
happens to me a lot.
and somebody impersonated him, then he would have already been dead by the time the watch was broken. Istanbul is +2.
Good.
Orient Express. Oh god, where are we? We did the convention, so we're over here, so we're an hour difference. So yeah. His watch wasn't set.
Theory is correct. Then the murder took place at 12:15 a.m. I must interrogate all the passengers to see if any of them have an alibi for this hour.
Oh my god. We're putting the links together. Whose alibis overlap? So him with him, Debram with Olsen, them with them, Volk was with Constantine. So Hubbard's the one that's unaccounted for in this.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Okay, so we need to ask for missing alibis. We need to interrogate people with the names that we don't know, and suspects that have names that begin with H. Goodness, there's so many things to do. It's cool to see all the paths happening though, all the connections. You.
Enchanté, mademoiselle. You are Hildegard Schmidt?
I am Errol. And you, I know, are Herr Poirot.
Correct. May I ask you for a few minutes of your time to answer a few questions?
With pleasure, but first may I ask for your help?
Why does this not surprise me?
You need help with your doll?
No.
I am at your service, Fraulein.
My mistress, Princess Dragomirov, has asked me to open this traditional Matryoshka doll. There is a
Matryoshka.
trinket inside she must retrieve.
Madame, in my experience, each Russian nesting doll simply pulls apart to reveal the next one inside.
Indeed. Yet try it for yourself.
As you wish.
Ah, you are a gentleman.
Immediately opens it, or it's a bomb.
Herr Poirot, thank you very much for helping me.
Okay. Oh, I see. There's a pattern. Ugh. Oops. Helps if I hit the right buttons. They all need to be the same color, maybe? No? Oh, does this say what needs to come next? Or don't there to there, and then here should have I don't know. These have to go together. But how do you know? I don't get this one. What? I don't think it's this. What's the trick? That looks like that goes there. It's like the little inconsistencies. Oh, is it really that subtle? This one. No? Because this little thing, the leaves line up. So it has to be this. And then this one, that line it looks like lines up. Over there. And then it lines up too with this little purple down below. Right? There's no other... That one's not quite right. It would have to be this one. Nothing else will have... What? Anything else have a defect? What? What? I don't understand what the... Unless it's 1, 2, 3. No. I'm gonna Google this. I don't understand what it wants from me. Blue. Okay, but why? Pink. Red. Purple. Blue. I don't understand the why. So that's fine. And then this one. Okay, she cute. She cute. Looks like there's some overlap though. Oh, there's... Okay. Oh, God. Why you gotta do this to me? No. That's... not what you want? Oh, it's just off there, I see. Can I look at it? I don't like this puzzle. I'm assuming they all need to be the same colors. Like, these need to be like this, and then this needs to go like this. How do I... Too many. I do that and then do... There. Did you see that? Excuse me? You're not allowed to do that? What is happening here? Jeezums. Okay, did not like that one. That one sucked. Oh, my dearest friend.
The inscription reads, "To my dearest friend."
Oh, thank you very much. This doll reminds her of her youth in Russia. It was very hard under the Soviet regime, but thanks to her strength of will, she rose to be the head of a museum of antiquities in St. Petersburg. Even though she now lives in Berlin, it is said that the Kremlin still fears her.
She must be a formidable woman indeed. You are her maid?
I am her companion. I help her in her daily tasks, and I keep her company.
Ah, forgive me. You will have heard of Ratchet's murder last night.
Yes, of course. Everyone is talking about it.
Where were you?
Can you tell me how you occupied your time last night?
Just after we left Istanbul, I had tea with my roommate, Fräulein Locke, I went to dinner with the princess, and when I returned to my compartment, Fräulein Locke was already asleep. A little later, Herr Michel, the conductor, came to get me because Madame la Princesse needed my help. Her back troubles her. I massaged her for about an hour.
Do you remember the time?
I'm sorry, I do not, mein Herr.
What's the one? Maybe it's Death on the Nile. But the women are lovers. They're roommates. Yeah, is that one of these? Where it's like the one is kind of like the servant, but they're actually a couple.
Have you lost a handkerchief embroidered with an H, madame?
Oh, no, monsieur.
I thought perhaps since your first name is Hildegard.
It is not mine, I tell you. I could not afford something so nice. I have no idea who it belongs to.
My apologies, I did not mean to alarm you.
How does she know what it looks like?
Thank you for answering my questions, madame.
Okay, great. Thank you for your time. So she's the one who shared the room with the detective. I was mistaken when I thought it was the blonde chick.
Monsieur, I am Hercule.
I know who you are, Monsieur Poirot. What do you want?
Answers to a simple question or two.
All right, but quickly. My wife is quite ill. I would like to stay by her side.
I promise. First of all, I imagine you know about the murder.
Of course.
Murder.
The Countess is terribly distressed.
Your full name?
Rodolphe Adreny.
Your home is?
Budapest.
And how do you come to be aboard the Orient Express?
I am a Hungarian diplomat. My family has represented our homeland since the revolution from the Soviet Union in 1956. I was on my country's business in Istanbul. Business which I cannot discuss.
And your wife often accompanies you on your diplomatic missions?
Yes, and why not? Was there anything else you wanted to know?
Codependent. Oh, Budapest is in Hungary. He's a diplomat. 18.
That was easy.
Can you imagine 18-year-old little diplomat?
Can you tell me how you spent last night?
I was in our compartment with my wife. She went to bed early. I played a video game on my phone. Around 11 o'clock in the evening, my wife woke up and couldn't get back to sleep. She took a sleeping pill. As for me, I went to bed soon after that and slept straight through until morning.
I think in the movies and the books, she's one of the last people that you end up talking to.
Have you ever been to the United States?
I was posted to the Hungarian embassy in Washington for a year.
You knew perhaps the Armstrong family.
Armstrong? Armstrong. It is difficult to recall. One meets so many people.
I'm sure.
It was the kidnapping of a child, a very sad affair. The culprit was the man on this train who called himself Ratchet, the one who was murdered last night.
Indeed. It sounds like justice finally caught up with him.
Thank you for your time. Now, I'd like to speak to your wife, if you don't mind.
It's impossible. As I told you, my wife is very ill. Thank you, and good luck with the investigation.
Okay.
Eh bien, the good Count does not appear to want me to talk to his wife.
A bird? I believe. Yes.
Madame Hubbard, may I ask you a question or two? It won't take long.
Anything I can do to help.
Have you misplaced a handkerchief recently?
No, I don't think so. Why?
We found a handkerchief embroidered with the letter H, so I thought it might have been yours.
I'm sorry, but it's not. It may belong to Miss Schmidt, Princess Dragomirov's lady's maid. I believe her first name is Hildegard.
It is a possibility. Anyone could be lying, of course. I thank you, madame.
Okay. Why'd she stand up so creepily? She, like, slid out of her seat. Shouldn't be anyone in there. This is my bunk. Just opening doors. Hello, hello. I'm here to look at your stuff. Don't mind me just picking up your phone.
It has been a
Or your
while
BlackBerry,
since
I
have
should
seen
say.
one of those.
You guys remember when you had like T9 texting and you had to sit there and like take forever, and then like things like this came out and it was revolutionary?
Hello. Can I do something for you?
Hello, Monsieur Hardman, I believe. You have heard of the murder?
Cyrus Hartman. Yes, and the fact that there's been a murder is all over the train.
You do not seem very concerned about it, monsieur.
It's not the first murder I've run across.
I had no idea the selling of toys was so dangerous. I did overhear you mention at dinner that this is your profession.
Toy salesman is a cover. I'm a private detective,
Oh.
just like you, from
He's a
the
PI.
US.
He's your PI. American. Private detective. And he's probably 30.
I must admit I'm not right.
He's not
this
30.
time. That's the right answer.
I did not expect to find another detective on this train.
I just finished a job in Istanbul when I received an email from Ratchet. He hired me to protect him.
Something you failed to do.
I'm not happy about that. He'd received some threatening letters. I was supposed to watch his back, and yeah, something I failed to do. But he seemed to think he was in more danger when he left the train.
He was traveling to Paris?
I assume so, but I'm not entirely sure.
Can anyone on this train confirm your identity?
Yeah, that McQueen kid. Ratchet's secretary.
Okay.
Were you on duty last night?
You bet. I kept my door open a crack and I watched all night. No one entered that car who didn't belong there.
Did you see anything in particular?
The conductor, Michel. He was there most of the time too, except for 15 minutes or so after we left Vinkovsky. He must have answered a call from Ratchet's room, then he was absent again for a while around 1 a.m. After that, he didn't move until 5.
Okay, so he left for a
Mr.
second.
Altman, have you heard of the Armstrong case?
Armstrong? The kidnapping 3 or 4 years ago? Who hasn't? Why?
Ratchet's real name was Cassetti. I have reason to believe he was the kidnapper.
What? He killed that little girl? No, I didn't know. If I had known, I wouldn't have taken the job.
Hmm.
Do you have any idea who was behind the threatening letters?
I don't know his name, but Ratchet told me he was a small man. Dark hair, with a womanish kind of voice.
Oh, thank you for your help.
Who's to say it was a man then? Could have been a woman.
Is this handkerchief embroidered with an H yours?
Do I look like the kind of guy who would use a handkerchief like that?
Okay, so sorry. Didn't mean to offend.
Thank you for answering my questions, Monsieur Hardman.
Listen, Poirot. I know I fell down on the job, but if you need help, any at all, let me know. I'd like to make it right.
I don't know, man. You kind of really dropped the ball. Like a lot. Like, you had one job. Okay. Who else? Anybody in here?
I am not prepared to receive anyone.
Ah.
Come back later.
Very well, madam. I'll come back later. But you will need to speak to me.
I believe that's the princess. 106, there's book. And this chick, will you finally talk to
I
me?
hope your investigation is going
No.
well, Mr. Poirot.
Rude. Okay. Ooh, what's this? Call of the Wild by Jack London. Romantic.
Ah, Monsieur McQueen, may I ask you a question?
Anything I can do to help, Mr. Poirot?
Who
This handkerchief embroidered with an H. Is it yours?
No, I don't use cloth handkerchiefs.
I use snot rags.
Thank you.
Like a real
I
American.
won't bother you anymore.
Okay. Interesting, interesting. Where is... Oh, is there somebody else? There's no deductions I need to make, right? Missing alibis. Did talk to the Countess. Basically, keep talking to people. Talk to him.
So, my friend, have you finished your investigation?
No, but I have managed to solve a few mysteries.
Okay. I stay here to watch this young lady.
Okay. Nothing there. Husband trying to be quiet, literally lingering in the doorway that's squeaking so loudly. Oh, did I click out? Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Anybody in here? No, it's you. I talked to you. This one's mine. What? Hello? That one's the dead guy. That's Hubbard, who we did talk to. This one... Oh, right.
Monsieur, if I am to catch this murderer, I will need your help.
My help? I am at your service, Poirot.
You are very protective of your wife, Count Andreni.
Does that surprise you? Her vertigo can be very dangerous.
I believe there are many kinds of vertigo.
If you don't mind, I'd rather talk to a doctor, not a detective. If you'd excuse me.
Oh. I need to get the doctor. I see the doctor. Oh. Are you gonna make me walk all the way back there? I don't wanna walk all the way back there. Or do I need to just... If I change my response, will he let me talk to her?
Monsieur, if I am to catch this murderer, I will need your help.
My help? I am at your service, Poirot.
It's like a goldfish.
You are obviously a devoted husband, Count Andreni.
My wife means the world to me. There were questions in Budapest about a Hungarian diplomat marrying an American woman.
She's American.
It did not deter you.
I would have given up my position for her. I would think it is universal. Are you married, Mr. Poirot?
No. I fear marriage is not for me. But her condition, is it very grave?
She is suffering a bout of vertigo. You understand? The room spins.
I think Dr. Constantine could help your wife.
There is a doctor on this train? I did not know. Where is this doctor?
Oh, you should go get him.
I think Dr. Constantine is in the lounge car. If not, perhaps the conductor can tell you where he is.
Very well, I will find him. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I just made the wrong decisions the first time. Oh, don't mind me. Hello. Gorgeous. She's got sleeping pills.
Forgive me for intruding, madame. I am Hercule Poirot.
I know who you are, Mr. Poirot. I overheard you send my husband on a wild goose chase.
Your husband cares for you greatly, madame. I apologize for exploiting that fact. But the situation is urgent, and I need to ask you a few questions.
Apology accepted. I realize you must speak to everyone. This horrendous murder. It's very upsetting.
That is a beautiful music box.
Please don't touch the music box. It's a fragile family heirloom.
Your accent, is it American? Boston, perhaps?
You have a good ear, Mr. Poirot. Yes. Born and raised in what we call the Back Bay.
Are you in the diplomatic service like your husband?
No, not officially. I was still in college when I met Rudy 2 years ago.
Oh, you're a baby.
I keep myself busy handling his scheduling, travel, appointments.
Ah, what is the saying? Behind every great man there is a great woman.
That
It's
was
true.
the saying. Today one might reverse the sentiment as well, don't you think?
Of course, I stand corrected.
All right, so she is not Spanish. She's American. She doesn't technically have a profession. She's a baby. Gosh, young.
Et voilà. A handkerchief embroidered with an H was found at the crime scene. By any chance, does your first name begin with an H?
No,
My first name is Elena, with an E.
Can you tell me what you did last night?
Well, my husband and I went to dinner. Then we came back here. We went to bed around 10 o'clock. I tried to sleep, but I couldn't, because of the shaking of the train. I suffer from vertigo. I finally took a sleeping pill, and that did the trick.
When did the train's motion prevent you from sleeping?
Between midnight and 2 a.m. I know because I must have looked at my watch about 10 times.
I see.
When did the train stop, though?
Come now, Countess. You are not telling me the truth.
Why do you say that?
Train was stopped.
The train stopped at 12:30 a.m. due to snow. So there was no shaking of the train. But you told me that it was the shaking that prevented you from sleeping.
I don't know, you're confusing me.
Oh, my vertigo.
My vertigo.
Madame, a man died last night. You can't talk nonsense just because you're sick. You are hiding something from me.
How dare you? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm going to find my husband.
She mad. She big mad.
I'm going to find my dad.
Out of the energy.
It was unkind, I know, but my strategy worked. I can now inspect this room in peace.
Oh, he's being a sneaky snack. Are we gonna find the kimono? Yep, we got it. You're rich. You're fancy. Also, sleeping pills.
These must be the sleeping pills that Countess Andreni took last night.
I wonder if, like, they just didn't want to find a different asset, so they're just like sleeping pills. They're all the same. Everybody has them. Ooh.
There seems to be something missing here.
There does? What are this? There's a bird, there's a flower, and a leaf. In what order, though? Bird, flower, leaf. Flower, leaf, bird. Mind if I do? Yeah. Ooh. That makes me think of the room games. Then there's a pattern. Oh, like, not really good at remembering things. It's not really my forte. The cheese. Oh, that looks great. You guys look so good. That was good. Oh, when you blinked. We'll retake it later. Okay. Ooh. It's here. Where that's gonna go. This gonna get the crank. Okay, so we need this. I'm sorry. Big gap between the bottom. Ooh, this looks like it's it. Yeah. What do we... Ooh, okay. The only one we know of is this one. Okay, so we need more information. What's it hiding? It's probably hiding good stuff. Great Gatsby. Oh, that's a good book. Really matches the theme going on right now, too, with the Art Deco and everything. Nice little room. Is there no... Just kind of have to... Oh. Sun, music... Sun, moon, music, star, planet. Sun, moon, music, star, planet. Okay. How do we know... Oh, I see. Oh. I think I see it. This. Ah. I'm so smart.
An engraving written in, I believe, Russian Cyrillic. It looks like a first name.
So now we'll need to talk to somebody that's Russian. Is that all that does? Okay. There's more? Can you look at the thing? This? Oh, okay. For my beautiful young ladies, Helena and Sonia. Is that... Oh, was that her sister? Was that Sonia Armstrong?
It's Countess Andreni with an older girl. For my beautiful young ladies, Helena and Sonia. Helena with an H.
Absolutely was her sister.
Have you no shame?
Oh, we caught. Oops.
Monsieur, I am afraid shame is not a very helpful emotion for a detective trying to get at the truth.
What are you doing in our compartment?
I am investigating a murder, Count Andreni.
My wife is ill.
My apologies, monsieur.
She seems
but your
fine.
wife seemed in perfect health when she left the room to find you. I do apologize, but I needed to search your compartment.
You will regret this, Poirot.
Please, Count. You aren't going to
Are we
challenge
gonna
me to a
fight?
duel, are you? Countess, I'm afraid I took the liberty of inspecting your little music box.
How dare you?
The message in the medallion was addressed to you and Sonia. Sonia Armstrong, your older sister, the mother of Daisy, the murdered child.
Oh.
I am a Hungarian diplomat. You have no official standing here. You have no right to search.
No, Rudolph. Let me speak. It's useless to deny what this gentleman says. I am Helena Goldenberg, the sister of Sonia Armstrong, and Daisy was my niece. The music box is a gift from my sister's godmother, a very close friend to my mother. We hid the truth from you when we learned that the man killed last night was the person who destroyed my family. I panicked. I didn't want to be accused.
That is also why you lied about the H in your first name?
Exactly. Your ferreting about looking for the H is obviously part of your investigation.
If I found a handkerchief in Monsieur Ratchet's room embroidered with an H, I might suspect you had been there.
A handkerchief? I don't have any handkerchiefs embroidered with my initial. To be honest, that sounds awfully old-fashioned to me.
I give you my word of honor that last night, Helena never left her compartment. My wife is telling you the truth, Poirot.
I
don't know.
hope so. I'll let you rest.
I don't know.
The matter of the H on the handkerchief still needs clearing up. But first, I should check the inscription on the back of the medallion.
We need to talk to somebody Russian. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, do we not? Oh, no. Use Poirot's knowledge of Russian to translate this engraving. Was that? I don't have any knowledge of Russian. So we're just gonna have to go with, I guess that's an H, and that's like an A? And then this is like a T. Another A. An N looking kinda. Like that. Oh. More like that. Is it Natalie? Or is it Natalia?
Natalia.
Oh.
Would it be Natalia Dragomirov? She is
The princess.
the only Russian passenger on the train.
Who was the
In
godmother.
addition, her first name begins with an H. in Cyrillic.
Uh-oh.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Uh-oh. So now we have to go talk to her. Right? Because we're still interrogating people. There's still some people we need to get alibis from. Which way? Is it this way? No, that's the bar. So we need to go back this way. So much walking. So much scooting. She would not be in second class.
I am not prepared to receive anyone. Come back later.
I'm sorry, madame, but a man has been murdered. I must ask you a few questions.
You must have misunderstood me. I cannot speak to you just now.
Madame, I know that Sonia Armstrong is your goddaughter.
Come in, please.
Please forgive my intrusion, madame, but I really must ask you some questions.
Then ask. I'll answer if it pleases me.
I'll answer if it pleases
We have not been properly introduced, yet I have observed her a couple of times, so I can already deduce some things about her.
She is Russian. Director of a museum. Definitely 26.
Et voilà.
Et voila.
I will first ask you about last night. Will you tell me your movements?
I went to bed just after dinner. I read until 11, then tried to sleep. Later I woke.
What caused you to awaken?
I suffered from back pain, a consequence of old age interfering with an active life. I called Schmidt around 12:45 a.m. to give me a massage. She did so until I fell asleep.
How long was she with you?
A good hour, I would say.
I see.
Okay, what about the handkerchief?
The first initial of your first name, Natalia, in the Cyrillic alphabet looks exactly like the letter H in the Latin alphabet.
I'm Russian, Monsieur Poirot, and I was the head of a museum of antiquities in St. Petersburg for decades, until I moved to Berlin recently. I'm familiar with Cyrillic.
This
And you answer for
handkerchief
this?
is yours, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. I lost it.
It was found in Monsieur Ratchet's room. Can you explain to me why Madame Schmidt didn't identify the handkerchief? She must have known it was yours.
Possibly to protect me. She is very loyal. Your next question will be, how did my handkerchief come to be lying by a murdered man's body? My reply to that is that I have no idea.
That is not an answer, madame.
It is all I am able to give you.
I mean, someone could easily plant it. It's not like the hardest thing in the world.
I must tell you, Princess Dragomirov, I have discovered something astonishing.
And that is?
You are Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
You make that sound like a revelation. I have never hidden the fact, monsieur.
You knew Colonel Armstrong well, then?
I knew him slightly, but his wife, Sonia Armstrong, was my goddaughter. I was on terms of friendship with her mother, the actress Linda Arden. Linda Arden was a genius, one of the greatest tragic actresses in the world. I was not only an admirer of her art, I was a personal friend.
Very well. But this links you to the Armstrong kidnapping case.
What do you have to say for that?
Elena Andreni is the sister of Sonia Armstrong, the late mother of Daisy Armstrong, kidnapped and killed by the man who was murdered on this train, Ratchet.
Indeed. Was it he? Then justice has at last been served.
Allow me to summarize.
Do I have a choice?
First coincidence, I shall call it. You are close to the Armstrong family, and the presumed assassin of Daisy Armstrong was killed while you were on board the same train. Second coincidence. Your handkerchief happens to be found at the foot of the victim's bed. Third coincidence. One of the stab wounds inflicted on the body was by a left-handed person. You are left-handed. That is a lot of coincidences, Princess Dragomirov.
Well, Monsieur Poirot, call it fate. If you report to the police your coincidences, they will laugh. A woman of my age and frailty has violently murdered a man? With how many potential witnesses who saw me doddering along the corridor in the middle of the night like Lady Macbeth?
You are right, Princess. You could not work alone, which means you have one or more accomplices. And it is only a matter of time before I find out who they are.
I would appreciate it if you would remove yourself from my room and take your fantasies with you.
How did we know she was left-handed? I don't know if I picked up on the why.
Привет! Привет!
Привет! Привет! Okay. Oh, good. So we've finished a couple things. Cross-checking alibis. What were you guys doing? You being naughty naughty. You were with him. You were with her. I don't remember. Was he with him?
I must admit I'm not right this time.
Okay, so it's you, him, you were with him. He was with you. Okay.
That was easy.
That was easy. Kind of gives a little Count Dracula vibes. Okay. Few passengers left to check alibis for. But who?
Oh, Poirot, you're there. She hasn't moved, but she seems to be waking up little by little. What about you? Your investigation progresses?
I find myself helping everyone with their problems before they can help me with mine. I have shifted boxes, helped with hangovers, repaired an orange juicer, unlocked some Russian dolls, all so my investigation can proceed.
Don't forget the dessert recipe.
How can I?
Truly, the labors of Hercules.
My friend, I would rather clean out the Orient stables. Yet, I have managed to solve a few mysteries.
Oh, tell me everything.
I don't remember fixing an orange juicing machine. I remember they had them out, but I wasn't able to interact with them.
The embroidered handkerchief belongs to Princess Dragomirov. I also found out that she was Sonia Armstrong's godmother.
On the same train with the little girl's murderer?
Exactly. Also, Elena Andreni is the younger sister of Sonia Armstrong, Daisy's mother.
Another passenger connected to the Armstrong case?
Yes.
The link.
What are the odds, do you think? But I cannot see either woman stabbing Ratchet over and over again in a frenzy. And they apparently have alibis.
And then the broken watch.
I had 3 theories concerning the broken watch. It could have been tampered with. It could have been out of adjustment before the murder. Or, of course, it could indicate the actual time of the murder. The only hypothesis I could rule out was that the watch was out of adjustment. For the others, they are impossible to verify. So the watch is of little use to the investigation.
And I was convinced that it indicated the time of the crime. 2 women involved in the Armstrong case.
Let us not forget our patient here. There are 3 women.
Look, she seems to be waking up.
What's happening to me? Did I fall asleep again?
Indeed, Mademoiselle Locke.
Also, this is making me really want to reread some of the books.
Did you take any medication? Sleeping pills, for example?
No, I never use sleeping pills.
I inspected your cup. You can clearly see that there is a residue of something at the bottom. I'm sure a lab test would confirm you were drugged. Most likely an overdose. That would explain your battle to shake off the effects.
You think Fräulein Schmidt did it?
She certainly had the most opportunity, but why would she?
But no one knew who I was. It's impossible that someone deliberately targeted me.
I don't know if it's impossible. Likely suspects. Which one? Schmidt? Or... I guess her.
No.
No?
Not good.
Well, but who else would know who she... I'm trying to think who else has sleeping pills. I don't... Because she tried to not interact with anybody else.
This is wrong. But
I don't...
I'm never far from the truth. I must admit I'm not right this time.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer. No, not good. I do not think that's the right answer.
Or the conductor? But he, or not conductor, but he shouldn't have seen her.
Schmidt or Monsieur Michel may have drugged the tea that Mademoiselle Locke drank.
Fräulein Schmidt or Pierre Michel could have drugged your tea. They are really the only two people on this train who could have done it. But why would either one do it?
Mr. Poirot, I'm feeling much better. I'd like to bring you up to date to why I ended up on this train.
If you are able, I would very much like
More
you
backstory.
to finish your story.
Very well then. After the Daisy Armstrong case was officially closed, I put out a standing request to the police departments in the Boston area for anything on Michael Clark. But he didn't turn up on their radar. I even set up an anonymous tip line for news about Clark. That's how I met Braid, a sketchy contact on the dark web, but they found nothing I could use.
Okay, chapter 6 is done.
Four long years passed without anything new.
She adopt the cat.
Every day I looked at the evidence board I put up in my apartment bedroom. Then this morning, a police report landed on my desk that changed everything. I paid a visit to the police property room and took home a box full of clues. There was his name. Michael Clark.
Okay, first things first. Can we pet the cat? Oh, but there's a mustache.
Help yourself, Joanna. You earned it.
You earned it. She says it like she's getting a donut or something. Moby Dick.
I've read it probably 10 times already. But I can't get enough of it. Don't know why.
That is one I have not
because it
read.
helps me sleep.
I try to read classics, but there's some that I just can't get into. Need to pet it. Let me pet the kitty. Oh.
I don't have time to check the latest crimes. I need to focus on Daisy's case.
I mean, I think your job is also...
I know I have to stop printing. It's bad for the planet.
Probably to do stuff. This is obsessive. You should not have frame pictures of your investigation. That's kind of creepy. Oh, connect the two items on the board together to create a link between them and make conclusions about the investigation. Boston shooting victim still unidentified. Autopsy report tattoo. Daisy. Evidence of kidnapping. Michael Clark I met 4 years ago. Records of calls from that night. Arrest warrant of Suzanne. District Attorney McQueen retires. Suicide of John. Oh. He killed himself. That, I mean, I don't blame him. Wasn't a great thing going on. Bill noticed Joanna Locke.
A bill from the power company with, I'm sure, plenty of excuses why my rates keep going up.
Feel that. The rates here have jumped dramatically. It's that guy! Fortuna is delighted to be an official sponsor of the Orient Express's 140th anniversary. Our spokesman, famed race car driver Antonio Foscarelli, will make the journey on the Orient Express. That's cool.
Travel. For the discriminating traveler. Also for the overworked detective who never seems to have time for vacation.
Feel that?
I can dream, can't I?
I'm ready for vacation, please, thank you. What was with his face?
Years of no new leads in the Armstrong case. And then this. Michael Clark. The sarcastic reporter. My prime suspect in the kidnapping. Murdered 4 years ago?
Body of investigative reporter Michael Clark was found buried in his Boston backyard. Clark was killed by a single shot to the chest. State of decomposition suggests an estimated date of death and burial fall 2018. So he did steal all that stuff.
This is Michael Clark? He doesn't look anything like the journalist I interviewed. Michael, you have earned a place on my evidence board.
So now we'll have that. All the important clues you find are automatically added to the evidence board on the wall. You can consult them anytime by selecting the evidence board. Dang. Production cabin keyring with keychain.
The lab team found this keychain in the cabin, but they wouldn't have bothered to examine the keys once the DA shut down the investigation. The keys were just tossed in the evidence box along with everything else. It's too unusual not to demand a closer look.
Okay. Oh, there's like a puzzle there, it looks like. And then a D20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or it's D12, I should say. 10, 11, 12. Oh, there's going to be a number associated with it somewhere. A skull. Eh. Oh no, it's one of these. Oh no. So I need to switch those around. Go that way. No. That needs to, like... Oh, I'm terrible at these. You don't like that? You don't like that? Oh, you do like that. No, you don't like that. Ugh. Probably reset it. Heck? Oh, I just guessed.
What do they call this? Brass knuckles? Ooh, knuckle dusters? Illegal in Massachusetts. Possession alone can lead to serious jail time.
Was that it for that? Okay, this is a weird little keychain. It reset it? You jerks. Okay, so if I do that, and then do this, then do that, that one's done. Do this. Do that. That's upside down. Okay, so it needs to... on this side. Let's come up this way. Then this needs to rotate. And this needs to rotate. I hate these kinds of puzzles. I don't like these. How do I put them on the same thing? I literally do not understand how these work. Does it do anything? Oh, stop it. Like, if I solve this, does it actually do anything worth my time? And we're back to this. Oh my god. I don't think there's a reason for it. I don't think you can actually do it. Okay. This one should hopefully be a little easier.
What do we have here? A flashlight. They can also conceal knives, but in this case we have lockpicks.
Cool. That's all we need for that. Oh, 3... say... 3556? 3569. Oh.
A key knife. They sell them on the internet for self-protection.
Okay, so 3, 5, 6, 9. Oh. Cyanide pill?
What do we find? A capsule and a smell. Bitter almonds. Cyanide.
Called it. You're gonna make me do stupid. Okay, so we gotta think about this. Oh. This is like this, so this needs to go like this. And then if you rotate them in, they're like that. So if we rotate like this, oh, this is now upside down. But these are right side up. Then if we go like this, like this. I feel like I'm going crazy. I literally don't understand. Oh, I hated that. And a flash drive.
A USB key. Let's plug it into my PC and see what nasty little secret it contains.
Thank God. Oh, I hated that. Alright, this keychain should then be done. That brought rage. What is this? The duct tape.
So clever. All that evidence, and yet no DNA found.
They really cover their tracks, and this has Suzanne's fingerprints on them.
The only fingerprints found on the bottle were Suzanne's.
It's from the restaurant she talked about. And then Fluffy.
Fluffy. Daisy's plush toy.
And the hairbrush.
Suzanne's hair, so conveniently left in the cabin for us to find. It was planted. I knew she was innocent.
That looks like that's everything in there. So let's go check the computer.
Shaved off the Metro beard. but I'd recognize that smug bastard anywhere. The man I interviewed 4 years ago posing as Michael Clark. This goes on the board.
Ah, because he's Cassetti, not Clark. I see. There's money. Ooh, there's a tattoo. You don't want the tattoo?
Maybe they needed to show the ransom to someone to check if the serial numbers were still on record. I'll print them, and on the wall they go.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing on this Cassetti. His driver's license is almost surely a fake.
Let's go check the board. Okay, so...
I knew it. The faces don't match at all. They are clearly two different men. I should run facial recognition on my computer.
But he is him.
Ratchet's real name was Cassetti.
Then up here... Photo...
This
here.
tattoo is the same on both pictures.
And calls from the night, evidence of kidnapping. Don't know what the photos of the money would have to do with that at this time. I think we need to go run some facial recognition.
I know I have to stop printing.
That's not what I
It's
wanted.
bad for the... Okay. The real Michael Clark has been dead for years. Let's see if the photo of the fake Michael Clark matches someone in the database of known criminals. I've tried this several times in the past few years, but came up empty. Maybe whoever he really is has finally made a mistake.
This based on the nose. Because it could be that, but I don't think it's the right mouth.
No, that doesn't look like him.
What?
That could be him, but he looks pretty different.
What had changed? Oh, he got a nose job.
Yes, he seems different at first glance, but still, it's the same person.
I mean, forehead maybe?
Come on, Joanna. That's a rookie mistake.
Well, the hair.
Nice. Good.
Glasses. Mouth.
Oh no, this isn't
No?
it. Think.
Oh, the beard.
He's
I
changed
see.
his appearance a lot.
I read
Probably had
good.
some plastic surgery on his nose, but there is no doubt it's the same person. Let's see why he was arrested.
Arrested November 23rd, 2003 at Yerevana Airport in Armenia, in possession of stolen ancient artifacts. The 3 Mesopotamian statuettes were confiscated and placed under sequestration by the court. The man paid bail. The trial is set for January 5th, 2024. Okay, now we know who he is. What? I don't know. Oh, evidence? No. I don't. Did we not do anything with this information? Do I have anything in my tab thing? Oh no, I have to find all the links. Oh, but I'm dumb. I'm too stupid for this. Can we say that he took that? Wait, no, but he was also killed by a gunshot. What? I don't understand. I hit Q. Maybe that can tell me a little bit more. May or may not. Looking up. Oh no, the video tells me nothing. Oh gods. Okay, so got her. Ah, here we go. Here's one of our community leading citizens arriving back home from Washington the Pedagogue, where he was asked how his meeting was. He left and said, "Too many generals." Decorated soldier Colonel John Armstrong fought his last battle against an enemy he could never defeat, grief. After the kidnapping and murder of his daughter, he lost his wife with a second child in childbirth. Then the suicide of the main suspect and the death of his daughter deprived him of any justice. Facing an empty life in a tragic house, Colonel Armstrong took his own life. Many of his former commands were on hand today for the commemorative ceremony, as were official guards and dignitaries. District Attorney Lawrence McQueen. Oh, right, he made a comment about it. Retires unexpectedly at age 50. According to his family members, McQueen had been haunted since last December by the Daisy Armstrong kidnapping and may have blamed himself that the perpetrators were never brought to justice. He was often heard to question his decision not to pursue the case further. He has concluded at the time that Suzanne Moreau, the Armstrong nanny, was the kidnapper and that her suicide due to remorse over her actions had officially closed the case. A few voices were raised to criticize his decision. His family, especially his son, supported him in this difficult decision to seek early retirement. He was replaced by District Attorney Arthur Wilson. Then the wanted warrant. We don't know who else they called. Single shot to the chest. See, I don't understand why that's not the same as this. Berkshire. Is it? Man is an imposter. Ratchet's former name was Cassetti. Child. The evidence would also point back to him. Because of the car he was driving. I don't see anything on those. Oh, why are you looking there? I'm over here. Death caused by a chest wound left on the sternum between the 4th and 5th ribs, penetrating the heart. 22 caliber received. No matches could be found in law enforcement database. Phase 2 damage with a heavy blunt instrument such as a sledgehammer to be used for facial recognition. No database match for the victim's teeth could be found. Tips of the fingertips were removed, so no prints recovered. Tattoo approximately 1 square inch was found inside the subject's right wrist. Again, no matches in the database could be found. Considering other mutilations and identification, why was this left untouched? Man was found dead in the forest near a Watertown suburb of Boston. Oh, monies. Death was caused by a single bullet fired from point-blank range. The face was deliberately disfigured with a hammer, and a $100 bill was found lodged in the victim's throat. Serial number was identified. Oh. We see the number a little bit better? Okay, so this... No, stop. It was either here or here.
What?
What am I supposed to do? You don't like any of the things I'm trying to do. Am I missing something else? All of these were done. Check, there's not like random thing hanging out in the room.
I don't have time to waste on magazines.
I don't have time to waste on magazines.
There's nothing else in here? Don't.
Mr. Ratchet, you didn't just steal statuettes. What recent information does the database have on you?
Was that all I was missing? I don't want to talk about it.
It's so frustrating. I have a name, but I can't find anything about him. But I know just who to call.
Detective walk. Detective pace.
Robot Defense League, we are monitoring this call.
Hello, Braid. Long time.
Oh, Joanna. Hey, how may I assist you?
I need you to search the dark web.
The dark web.
Can you narrow that down a little? Because it's pretty big and pretty dark out here.
Could you find intel about a Samuel Ratchet?
Samuel Ratchet. Got it. Bad dude?
They don't come worse. Send me what you find by email.
All right, hang on. Okay. Yeah, uh-huh. Okay, nope. And... okay. Oh, this might be something. I gotta do a deeper dive, but you should find this interesting. Could be coincidence if I believed in them. Emailing details.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Gross.
Here to save mankind. Oh, it's a cookbook.
What?
I know I have to stop printing. It's bad
That's
for
not
the
what
planet.
Oh my god, stop. Right, Braid. Hector McQueen, booking made, reservations, blah, 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 blah.
The Orient Express. I'm gonna print these tickets and put them on the board.
Oh, so it's before, because it's Masterman, Ratchet, and McQueen. I see. Okay. You are you. Who's also you.
Goodbye, Michael Clark. Hello, Samuel Ratchet. The man who stole your identity and your life.
Okay, so why?
These tickets were all booked by McQueen. This is Ratchet's ticket.
But why? I feel like the money has something to do with something. Are we trying to say there was an unidentified? I don't know what it wants. Is that all I gotta do right now? Next clues on the wall? Ah. Find information about the... Okay, thank God. I was like, I'm missing something. Don't click. I'll go off screen. Hey, look, it's that train.
The Orient Express departs from Istanbul next week. Interesting. I'll put it on the board.
Okay. Can we now... We now please... Yes. This to this.
Next week, a certain Edward Masterman will be on the Orient Express. Ratchet will be traveling on the Orient Express in a week. Hector McQueen will be on the Orient Express next week.
Ah, and then McQueen, part of this.
The person traveling with Ratchet has the same last name as my district attorney during the Armstrong case?
They do it. What's it? Next look. Did that. I did that. I don't think there's any more. Yeah. Oh, thank God. Right.
I knew it. He's the son of my former DA. He goes on the evidence board.
This is a very involved little puzzle we're doing here. Okay. So he's that.
Hector McQueen is the son of District Attorney McQueen.
Who is
Here's what
this
Hector
guy.
McQueen looks like.
And he is working with him.
This guy works for Ratchet, and if that's a coincidence, I'll eat my badge.
Okay. So we know that. So, what else can we do with that? Nothing. What's it say? Assistant, son of the DA. What are we missing? What do we want? Trying to figure out why some of them are green and some of them are gray. Like, is it saying that those ones are done? I don't get what it's looking for. Oh, I don't understand what it wants. There's a little kitty yelling at the door. How do I... Hold on. There's something about this. And this.
The event? Some old train? But that face, that man.
I'm not enjoying this. This one's kind of rough. Okay, so this is here.
Foscarelli will be on the Orient Express next week.
Traveling on the Orient Express. But why do we care? Who is he? I just want the solution. He goes... Somehow he goes here.
I know that face. That's John Armstrong's driver.
I literally did not see that. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh. Like there might be this to this.
The DA resigned soon after the Armstrong case. It haunted him just as it has haunted me.
Okay, so there's that. That's there. That's that. That goes like that. That goes like that. Da. Oh, I see. This goes like this.
As Ratchet is alive, the dead man can only be Noah.
Damn! Ratchet is taking the Orient Express next week. McQueen, the district attorney's son, is too. Foscarelli, the Armstrong chauffeur, is too. It can't be a coincidence. McQueen and Foscarelli must have decided to take revenge and will undoubtedly attack Ratchet on this train.
Ooh, that's a big jump.
I have to be on the Orient Express to stop them. And above all, I must stop Ratchet. But I can't do it in Istanbul because there's no extradition treaty with the United States. Ratchet can never be judged in the US without an extradition treaty. I'll have to wait until he's in Paris to have him arrested.
Ooh, that was a lot. I did not enjoy that. Some of those were a little too much of a stretch. Now I have to buy a ticket.
Every compartment is taken for this special anniversary journey. It's impossible to find a ticket. What can I do?
Buy a ticket?
Let's find out who's traveling on the Orient Express. Time to call Braid.
Imagine fraud as a police detective. We'll sit here and watch the world go by with the kitty.
Braid! It's me again.
I haven't found anything useful yet.
I need one last favor. But it's a big one.
Uh-oh.
Can you find me the list of passengers of the Orient Express for that anniversary trip?
Hold on. Jeez, their IT is surprisingly good. Maybe because of the big event. I found the list, but they sealed my back door as I was starting to capture it.
Oh no.
Whoa, calm down. I got one name. Female. The name I got before they kicked me off the server was Stacy Johnson. Do you feel like a Stacy Johnson?
The question is, how is she going to feel about helping me?
That's one you'll have to figure out for yourself. I gotta go back to weaving my magic on the web.
Alright. Okay, we connect the clues. Contact Stacy. She's an actress.
Hello, is this Stacy Johnson?
Who's asking?
Who's asking? I'm a detective.
My name is Joanna Locke. I'm a police detective.
And I'm just an actress. Now what did I do wrong?
Nothing. I need your help. I need to take your place in the Orient Express.
Is this a joke? No way.
Do you remember the Armstrong kidnapping?
Of course I do. That poor little girl.
I'm a police officer. I have a new lead that may help me find her killer.
Wait, didn't they prove it was the nanny?
I have found compelling new evidence. I've reopened my investigation.
You know, I had my doubts about the murderous nanny. I played a nanny a couple years ago in a slasher. I was killed in the first episode, but it got me interested in helping kids.
That's great.
Stacy, please. You say you help kids?
Well, I joined a couple of associations who are trying to help underprivileged kids. If this little girl's real killer is still out there somewhere, I'd do anything I could to help.
Getting me on that train will help more than you can imagine.
So, you want my ticket for the Orient Express? But I booked it months ago. I was so much looking forward to this trip.
I'll give you twice what you paid for the ticket.
You think I care about the money? You still don't get it, do you? I'm hanging up. Goodbye.
Wait.
Ow. I'll donate to a charity.
Stacy, I can tell you care about kids. Here's your chance to help put this beast in prison for the rest of his life. Think of the publicity for those causes you care about. Think about the kids.
The kids.
All right. We'll do it for Daisy and the kids who suffer. I'll take
For the
care of changing
kids.
the tickets to your name and send it to you. Get him. Make him pay.
Oh, thank
I
God.
will. Thank you so much.
I'm done with her chapters. I don't enjoy them.
Stacy was as good as her word. I received the ticket. I called my chief to let him know I was taking my vacation time. I had coming. I flew to Istanbul.
So,
I was finally
again,
going to nail the monster responsible for Daisy Armstrong's death, Michael Clark's death, even his accomplice, and, I suspected, so many others as well. You know the rest.
she's going into things without backup or people knowing where she is. That's a terrible idea. Don't do that. December 17th.
And that's how I found myself on this train. On Ratchet's trail. The rest, you know. My identity is easily checked with the Berkshire Police.
Thank you for your detailed account, Mademoiselle Locke. In addition to giving us crucial details of the investigation, you have made it clear that there are many who might wish to see Ratchet dead.
She's innocent.
I know you are innocent. Your forthright testimony and your movements or lack of them, last night eliminate you from our list of suspects.
I agree, without a doubt. Another detective will be great help to the investigation.
Book.
Although my friend certainly does not need any help.
You are too kind.
Thank you for believing me. I'd like to help in any way I can.
Do not worry, Mademoiselle Locke. Already I see things more clearly. It's obvious whoever drugged you was trying to derail your investigation.
You mean the person who did this to me is Ratchet's killer?
Both Monsieur Michel and Fraulein Schmidt had the means and opportunity to drug you. While you get your strength back, I intend to interview them.
Excellent idea, my friend. All this excitement has whetted my appetite. I'm sure Mademoiselle Locke won't say no to a good, invigorating meal.
What? No, I want to hear what the conductor and Fräulein Schmidt have to say for themselves.
It is my duty to ensure the well-being of the passengers. If Dr. Constantine has no objection, I will escort you to the restaurant car.
They drugged
On the
me.
contrary, some food will do her the greatest good.
Well, I'm still a little shaky. Mr. Poirot, will you please keep me informed about what you learn?
You may be certain of it.
I can't imagine how she's feeling. I take a sleeping pill or like a melatonin and I am messed up the next day. Conclude the investigation. We're not there. We're in chapter like 7 out of like 13. We're not there. Okay, where are... I'm trying to think where I saw them last. They're probably not where I saw them last. It's a whole new chapter. It's a whole new world. Oh, no, that's mine. That's mine. Go back. We still haven't found the kimono. Oh, this is open.
I have nothing to ask them at the moment. I should leave them alone.
Yeah, still need the kimono. We have the murder weapon. We have everyone's alibis. We have all their names. Are you Schmidt?
Good evening, Fräulein
Yes.
Schmidt. May I disturb you for a moment?
You asked so politely, mein Herr, but I do not think I have a choice.
I know you drugged Mademoiselle Locke's tea. Don't try to deny it.
Nevertheless, I do deny it.
Okay.
I wanted to let you know that your roommate, Mademoiselle Locke, is awake.
Ah, yes, I'm glad to hear that. I was worried about her. Did she tell you what had happened to her?
Unfortunately, she doesn't remember much, but we found a residue of a sleeping pill in her cup of tea. Since you two were alone together in your room when she drank it, who else but you could have dragged her?
Must I point out I do not make the tea on this train? You should question the conductor or the kitchen staff.
You have sleeping pills.
I know you have sleeping pills, Fräulein.
I do have some. Do you think I'm the only person on this train who finds it difficult to sleep? I believe the Countess Andrenier takes them. And I heard the Olsen woman thanking Mrs. Hubbard for a pill.
That was aspirin.
If you say so.
Okay, she almost died.
Mademoiselle Locke could have died. Whoever drugged her must not feel any empathy for their fellow human beings, given the dose that Mademoiselle Locke ingested. She was close to death.
Oh my God. What did I do? I didn't want to hurt her. Just have her sleep for a few hours while we had time.
We?
Time for what?
For what? Time for what, Madame Schmidt?
You think I feel nothing? Nothing? That poor little girl.
Indeed, that poor little girl. Fräulein Schmidt is somehow connected to the Armstrong case.
What could be the link? Ooh. No, not a lady's companion. Maybe the cook. Ah. Oh, yeah. They made comments about her
right
cooking
again.
before.
That happens to me a lot.
Remember now.
Fräulein Schmidt, I have a certain reputation for sniffing out...
I am not a murderer.
Forgive me, but I was going to say brilliant chefs. You were the Armstrong family's cook. Were you not?
Yes. I was the cook of that lovely, lovely family. I'm sorry, but I must ask you to give me some time to collect myself. It wasn't supposed to be like this. My darling, my poor darling child.
I will give you that time, Fräulein. You have given me much more in exchange. I must check in with my other suspects to make certain I have all the pieces of the puzzle in my possession.
All right. Where is he? Where is he? Is he in the luggage space? I haven't seen him for a second. Real hot second. So, we're slowly finding out that everybody knew the Armstrongs in one way or another and were connected. Not a good look. Here we are. I have some questions for you.
Good evening, Michel. Am I bothering you? You seem stressed.
With everything that's going on, I must admit, it's difficult to be relaxed.
Of course, I understand. Especially since we know that Detective Locke's tea was drugged before it was served to her.
Detective?
Come now, Michel. Surely you would have taken the opportunity to search her things and found her badge. Luckily, she woke up and was finally able to tell us her story.
Otaru boiled the water, Jean made the tea. I just brought it. So it could have been any of the staff.
Your defense is to accuse others?
Or defense. Also, hello, Leroy. Oh!
You have a network connection?
No, unfortunately. It's just an automatic reminder to pay my rent. I always forget, and my landlord complains.
That was Suzanne.
Michel had to be involved in the murder. The drugged tea, his post at the end of the hall, and now I know why I know more than one of those people on the screen.
Wait. Person on the left? Oh. I see.
Brilliant.
For a second, I was like, that's not her name. So that's Suzanne. Nanny. And the person on the right is Hardman.
Well done.
Other PI currently on
I'm
the
right
train.
again. That happens to me a lot.
Ooh, we're getting so close.
You are the father of Suzanne Moreau, Daisy Armstrong's nanny. My condolences on the death of your wife.
What? But my wife...
Enough lies. Suzanne does not bear your name?
No. Suzanne's mother and I were divorced. Suzanne kept her mother's name.
My most sincere condolences, Monsieur Michel, on the deaths of Suzanne and your wife.
This job, I loved them, but I was never there for them. Then, a year after the divorce, Solange became ill. Suzanne took her to this special hospital in the US. Got that job as Daisy's nanny.
I understand your pain, and the reason that led you to drug Detective Locke.
We really can't hide anything from you, can we?
Absolutely
Many
not.
have been foolish enough to try and keep the truth from Hercule Poirot.
Yes, I admit, I drugged the tea. But it was only to keep her quiet, until I could... But she reacted so much to the sleeping pills.
She was lucky, as are you, that she didn't die. To be frank, there is one more thing that puzzled me, but I think I understand now.
Hello, Gandalf. Welcome here again. I can't have you up here, though. That's the big issue. Want to cuddle? Or is that a no? No cuddles? Oh. Handyman's relationship. No. Future son-in-law, maybe?
Monsieur Hardman was Suzanne's fiancé.
Huh. I have the impression my whole life to you is
She was
an
dating
open
Noah?
book. Yes, Cyrus was my daughter's fiancé. I almost consider Cyrus as my own son.
I'm confused.
Of course, much more is clear now.
I have been patient long enough. It is time to go and see what all the commotion is next door.
But Suzanne was dating that Noah guy, and that's what got her to... What? How is she engaged but dating somebody else? So confused. Oh, did he mean next door like the restaurant? Did I goof it? 'Cause nobody's in here, it sounds like, or seems like.
I should find out what is causing all the noise in the other room.
Oh, is there a pass-through? Oh, there's pass-through. What are you doing? Sir?
Monsieur Hardman, excellent. The gods who watch over detectives must have trapped you here.
Why didn't they watch over me? I'm a detective too. I was talking to Michelle about a leaky faucet, and I wanted to go out, but you showed up.
No need to invent some preposterous story.
But really,
Michelle has told me everything. You are the fiancé of Suzanne Moreau, his daughter.
Oh. I see.
Surely this is not a big surprise to you.
No. Suzanne was the only woman I ever loved. And I failed her. We got into a spat. It was nothing, but I was too proud to apologize. We weren't speaking at all. Suzanne never really cared for that guy, Noah. She would have forgiven me. If only. If only.
If only. A common refrain between lovers who quarrel.
That makes more
Obviously,
sense.
Pierre Michel and Fräulein Schmidt both drugged Detective Locke's tea, causing the overdose. No wonder she had so much trouble waking up. Time to report my findings to her and book.
Okay, that makes more sense, because I was like, whoa, she was like seeing somebody. That was the whole thing. But if they're fighting and she's calling off the engagement, that tracks. I get it. Totally understandable. Okay. So we need to report our findings, because she was then drugged by two separate people who thought they were only doing one dose of drugging, which is why she was so messed up.
So, my friend, tell me, you have something new?
Oh, thank you, Leroy. It'll be nice if it does happen. Like I was saying the other day, this is definitely more of like a for fun thing for me, but affiliate would be cool, because it'd just be kind of another thing that I could grow more skills in. Like today, I finally got around to doing the banner stuff. I did an icon, little logo thing. I did a little OBS screen thing for starting and BRBs and stuff. So that was fun. Like, it's just new skills. It's new things I'm learning, taking it one day at a time, but affiliate would be pretty cool.
Mademoiselle Locke, I know who drugged you. Fräulein Schmidt and our conductor, Pierre Michel, both admitted putting sleeping pills into your tea. This explains your overdose. They are relieved you are recovering.
Michel drugged a passenger? On behalf of the company, I offer my apologies to you, Mademoiselle Locke. Michel will answer for this outrage.
Both of them? I was pretty sure about Fräulein Schmidt, but I admit that I did not suspect the conductor.
Oh, there's a whole girl you don't even know.
I have uncovered multiple connections with the Armstrong case. Pierre Michel is the father of Suzanne Moreau, little Daisy's nanny, and Monsieur Hardman was Suzanne's fiancé. As for Hildegard Schmidt, she was the cook of the Armstrong family. What a coincidence.
Oh my
don't
God.
you think?
But it's incredible.
Close.
What are the odds that so many people linked to that tragic affair ended up on the same train?
About the same as you winning the lottery, my friend.
I wasn't the officer who interviewed Fräulein Schmidt back then, so she couldn't recognize me here on the train. How could they know who I was?
There were other passengers who might have. Or she may have seen you when you visited the Armstrong home.
It is now clear to me that some of the clues to this elaborate plot were staged for my benefit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, so the murderer got on the train, killed Ratchet, got off immediately. Murderer boarded the train, killed Ratchet, and still on the train. Killer got on the train in Istanbul, killed Ratchet, got off and built. No, I think it's either this one or this one. We know they didn't get off immediately, but they're still on the train.
I'm not right this time.
Maybe they got off immediately? Okay. Fine.
That's the right answer.
Although I feel like we ruled that out pretty quick.
Some clues and information collected so far could lead to a hypothesis. The murderer boarded the train in Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and then left the train immediately.
How did you come to that possibility?
Monsieur Hardman told me about a short man with a high-pitched voice who threatened Ratchet. Imagine for a moment that this man, wearing a wagon-lit conductor's jacket, killed him while Michel was on the platform at Vinkovsky. This murderer then hid the conductor's jacket in Detective Locke's room, then fled before the train left.
Why choose Detective Locke's room?
Why, indeed. Let me re-explain from the beginning.
Big reveal. Oh, the murderer boards the train disguised as a conductor. Murderer gets off the train. Vera Mitchell gets back on the train, leaves at 12:10. Murderer leaves the knife there, losing a jacket button in the process. Train stops at Vikonvich at midnight. Murderer gets rid of the jacket. Okay, so the train stops. And then he gets on the train. Disguised as a conductor. The murderer kills him and leaves the knife. Well, would it? I don't know. This one might be wrong. I might have to mix these back. Leaves the knife there, losing a jacket. Gets rid of the jacket. Gets off. And then the guy gets back on. Cool.
That was easy.
Thank you, Leroy. I appreciate that.
Oui, that must be it. Everything fits so well.
It fits too well, my friend.
Ooh, well.
Other clues lead to a second hypothesis, much more plausible.
Yeah, it's getting that 50. That's my big goal right now. But it's just one day at a time. Just play some games. Enjoy the time. Have fun. Okay, most probable hypothesis. Several murders. No, they did not escape. Several murders. Not who wanted the money. Several murders related to the Armstrong case. That's where it's at.
Et voilà.
Ticket.
So, we have multiple murderers, all related to the Armstrong case. The murderer from Vinkovsky was a fabrication to turn suspicion away from those on the train. They expected the investigation to be led by some small-town official who could easily be misled.
Mr. Poirot?
Detective Locke, forgive me. You are an obvious exception. You tracked Ratchet with the tenacity of a bloodhound. Unfortunately for the killers, they not only had you to deal with, but now they had, and I say this with all modesty,
All modesty.
the world's greatest detective, Hercule Poirot,
Hercule Poirot.
dropped into the midst of their meticulous planning.
Multiple murderers? Multiple detectives? Poirot, please take pity on me. Who is linked to this case and who is not?
My poor friend, I have gone speeding out of the station without you. I will continue.
I've gone speeding out of the station without you. Okay. So, let's start with what we know, because there's some people who I think are connected, but we haven't found that connection yet. So, we know that she is a godmother. He was the driver. That's the dad of the nanny. His dad was the attorney. This was the PI. But I don't think she's gonna count there. Caroline, we haven't found a relation to yet. This guy was the fiance. She's the sister. She was the cook. Well, okay. And then I think they worked together, but I don't think we know that yet. He currently has nothing to do with it. We don't have any reason to suspect him. She is British and is an English tutor, but we don't have anything on her. He's just the bar guy. He just makes food. We don't have anything for him. We don't know anything extra about him. It could be like if we do those two, because yeah, we don't have enough about her. He's just married to her. She's just a cook. And then Greta says she has no idea. Okay, cool.
That's the right answer.
Wow, look at all this information.
Fräulein Schmidt, Pierre Michel, Monsieur Hardman, and Monsieur McQueen are all linked to the Armstrong case. I also know that Sonia Armstrong's sister and godmother, Countess Andreni and Princess Dragomirov, are on this train. And finally, Detective Locke discovered that Mr. Foscarelli was the Armstrong chauffeur.
If we add Detective Luck and Ratchet, of the 12 passengers in that coach, 9 have a connection with the Armstrong case.
That we know
What
of.
next, Poirot? Or should I say, who next?
It is time to summon everyone.
Everyone? Even Dr. Constantine? The train crew other than Michel?
Dr. Constantine, yes. I will need him. But we don't want the others as witnesses.
I will see that their duties keep them occupied elsewhere.
Excellent. I have always thought this moment in a case is much like Rodin unveiling the thinker before a captivated audience. A work of art. Have you not felt that way, Detective?
No, Mr. Poirot. I'm happy just to slap the cuffs on him.
Well, there is some artistry in that as well, I suppose.
Where would you like the unveiling, Poirot? The lounge?
Perfect.
Then I will gather all the passengers in the lounge.
But there's still so many chapters left. We have like 5 more chapters. We can't just... What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And then the lounge car is this way. Right? No. Dang it. This way. I'm lost. I'm confused. So we can, with confidence, say the 9 people. But there's some that we haven't been able to, like, get more information on. Like Mrs. Hubbard. She talks constantly about her daughter. But we don't know who her daughter is. And it was her cart, or her room that was connected. There's gonna be some...
Monsieur Bouc, are
stuff.
the train crew locked in their quarters?
Yes, they are.
Then the stage is set for the final act. Ladies and gentlemen, I have gathered you together to hear my reconstruction of the murder of Samuel Edward Ratchet, also known as Cassetti. There is not one, but 2 possible solutions of the crime. I shall put them both before you, and I shall ask Monsieur Bouc and Dr. Constantine here to judge which solution is the correct one.
2 solutions?
Mr. Poirot, I am hardly qualified.
Nevertheless, your assistance is required.
Yeah, her. We don't know anything about her.
Now, you all know the facts of the case. Ratchet was found stabbed to death this morning. He was last known to be alive at 12:37 a.m. last night, when he spoke to the wagon-lit conductor through the door. His watch was found to be badly dented, and it had stopped at 1:15. Dr. Constantine, who examined the body, puts the time of death as having occurred between midnight and 2 in the morning. At Half an hour after midnight, as you all know, the train ran into a snowdrift. After that time, it was impossible for anyone to leave the train. So, here is my first theory. The enemy, as Ratchet expected, joined the train at Vinkovsky by the door left open by Captain Arbuthnot and Monsieur McQueen, who had just descended to the platform. He was equipped with a wagon-lit jacket, which he wore over his ordinary clothes, and a pass key which enabled him to gain access to Ratchet's compartment in spite of the doors being locked. Ratchet was under the influence of a sleeping draught. This man stabbed him with great ferocity, 12 wounds in all. He left the compartment through the communicating door to Madame Hubbard's compartment.
Yes, that's so. Scared me half out of my wits.
The murderer thrust the dagger he had used into Mrs. Hubbard's handbag in passing. Without knowing it, he lost a button of his uniform. Then he slipped out of the compartment and along the corridor. He put the uniform jacket into Detective Locke's suitcase to cast suspicion on her. And a few minutes later, dressed in his ordinary clothes, he left the train just before it started off again, using the same means for egress, the door near the dining car.
Okay, theory number 1.
That is the first hypothesis. But there's a second. For that, we must examine the motive for the crime. Why was Ratchet killed?
I did play Heavy Rain, actually. That was the first playthrough we did. My playthrough's on my YouTube channel, which is the same tag of Wee Little Bree. I was so upset with the ending. I was besides myself. I think I took a picture, like a screenshot of my upset face at the end of the game and sent it to my father-in-law, and I was like, here's what you miss when I play games. I was just mad. I did not get the ending I was anticipating.
The motive is clear. Revenge, of course. Nothing was stolen, and we know that Ratchet had made many enemies. This was a premeditated crime, meticulously planned.
Several months. This was in the works.
Since the kidnapping and death of little Daisy Armstrong, which traumatized many people close to the family. Even when the police concluded that it was Suzanne Moreau, questions remained. Detective Locke continued her investigation, as did others. They became convinced the truth lay elsewhere. We now know who the real murderer of Daisy is.
Beyond Two Souls, I have not. I don't even know what that is. Beyond Two Souls. Yes, I am an adult. Let me see it. Ooh. Oh, it is Elliot Page. Cool. I have not. I'm gonna have to add that to my to be played. I do really enjoy the Choices Matter story-rich games. Like, one of my favorite games is Until Dawn. That, like, I know it gets a bad rap. That's fine. I love it. I love the super campy, dumb stuff. And then Heavy Rain is one I played when it first came out, and I enjoyed it, but didn't really, like, get too far into it. But then Heavy Rain came out, and it changed my whole life. And so any of those story-based or, like, action choice-based games, those are top tier, some of my favorite games to play. The murderer is Ratchet.
It is clear now that Daisy's killer was Ratchet, also known as Cassetti and Michael Clark and how many other names. But of course, many of you have known this for a long time. It is obvious that the 12 stab wounds are not a random number. Dr. Constantine's analysis revealed that some stab wounds appeared to have been caused by a right-handed attacker. Others indicated the knife wielder was left-handed. Some wounds were deep. More than one fatal, yet others were not much more than mere scratches. What can explain these discrepancies? This leads us to an obvious conclusion. They are symbolic.
Also, you need to play Until Dawn. It's really campy. It's like, ooh, kids are fighting. Hello, children. It's like, take those terrible B movies and make it into a choice-driven thing. Everyone's just like so mean to each other. There's attitude. It is so good. I love it. Highly recommend it. Especially like what I used to do. My friends and I would set up, back when it first came out, we'd set up the PlayStation, dim all the lights, and just like have popcorn, and like we'd pass the controller along for whoever was playing, and like, oh, you get to be Emily, you get to be Ashley, and so we take turns. So much fun to do it that way. Daisy was 3, so it's a jury.
12 stabs. 12! The same number as a trial jury in the United States. But not just a jury of 12 members condemning him to death, but 12 executioners as well.
But if they all do it.
Self-appointed jury had meticulously planned for everything except
Snow.
Snow. The avalanche that stopped us, as well as the presence of not one but 2 detectives on the train. They had to improvise, to hastily add clues and false leads.
All right. So they had to add clues. So like the red kimono.
This woman in a red kimono does not exist. I don't know which of the passengers it was. It does not really matter. It was just a performance, a charade to introduce another possible culprit to muddy the waters.
The broken watch was also...
The time on Ratchet's broken watch was deliberately set to conceal the true time of the crime.
Oh yeah, the PlayStation is like... I'm impressed. Like when I was a child, we had the original PlayStation, and it's so cool to see where it's at nowadays, and like all the games that are available, the franchises they kept up with, and just the ability that these little machines have. It's so cool. I love PlayStation. I'm a diehard PlayStation fan. I play everything, but PlayStation is always going to be my one true love. I can't say enough good about it. Okay. I've also been playing Spyro recently on the Switch just for funsies, and it's just so good. It takes me back to my childhood, and it's everything I wanted.
The vial of vaping liquid incriminated Captain Arbuthnot. However, he had a solid alibi confirmed by Monsieur McQueen. Impossible then to suspect him.
And then the conductor jacket.
The conductor's jacket, found in Detective Locke's suitcase, was put there only to cast suspicion upon her. All these false leads were intended for me. But I am Poirot. I understood the truth. We have a train full of suspects. It's time to identify who the real culprits are. Let's start with Detective Locke.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I have to hold. She was drugged.
Planting the conductor's jacket in her suitcase was an attempt to implicate Detective Locke, but she couldn't fake her drugged condition. Dr. Constantine can testify that the drugged tea incapacitated her for hours, and she had 2 relapses. Let us move on to Monsieur McQueen. When I told him about Cassetti, he looked very surprised that I managed to make the connection between him and the Armstrong case. He told me, "But I thought we had..." I think he meant...
Not arrested the culprit. Because I think he knows. that it wasn't the nanny. It was eliminate all clues.
You thought you didn't leave any real clues linking the murder to the Armstrong kidnapping. Moreover, you insisted that Ratchet did not speak French when you knew I had heard a voice calling out in French that was supposed to be Ratchet.
Absolutely. His father?
You took some pleasure in leaving me false clues, I think. It was quite annoying. But you told me yourself that your father was the district attorney who handled the Armstrong case.
The case haunted my
doing it
father.
for his
At
dad.
first, he believed Suzanne Moreau had helped her boyfriend, Noah, to kidnap Daisy, even though there were questions that went unanswered, and a young policewoman refused to let it go, continuing to find discrepancies, but never enough to reopen the official investigation.
That policewoman sits there. Her name is Joanna Locke.
Then tell him. Tell him how in the end my father believed you, how he resigned a job that he loved, racked with guilt that he may have let that monster go free. He died young, broken, his faith in justice broken. That's what Ratchet did to him.
Thank you for your honesty, Monsieur McQueen. Your father is one more victim of the man who called himself Ratchet. Now, I will turn to Ratchet's valet, Monsieur Masterman.
I don't think so. We don't have anything as to why. Right? Ugh. Why'd you have to give me the person that we just don't have enough on? Because, okay, hold on. Can I look at... No, it's not this. Can I look at his profile? Where is he? 39 right-handed smokes room. What? Yeah. Oh gosh, that's not enough info. That's not enough information. Oh no, I have to actually. Okay, I don't think he did. He doesn't have any relation to this.
No, Poirot. Remember Ratchet's sleeping
Oh,
pills.
dang it. So, the sleeping pills.
Ratchet sensed danger close to him and naturally wanted to stay awake. You gave him sleeping pills without his knowledge. Once he was sound asleep, you could do what you had to do in peace.
Sir, I'll tell you the truth. I was Colonel Armstrong's adjutant in the
Oh.
war, and afterwards, I was his valet in New York. I'm afraid I concealed the
Oh.
fact this morning. It was very wrong of me, sir, but I knew how suspicious it would look.
Is that all you have to say?
That's all, sir.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Now, to leave no suspicious stone unturned, let us move on to Monsieur Bouc.
What? Me? A suspicious stone?
I don't think he did it though. Why would he have? Oh, he wouldn't have wanted Hercule to be on the train.
Bouc, my friend, of course you are not guilty. You did everything you could to get me on this train. What madness would cause you to ensure, and I speak with all modesty, that the best detective in the world could be present to witness your crime?
But doesn't our friendship count as well?
Most assuredly, but a murderer can wear all sorts of masks, including friendship. Let us consider our ever-efficient wagon-lit conductor, Pierre Michel.
Pierre Michel. Absolutely. Getting revenge for his daughter.
No, that is his motive. I need real, tangible proof.
I instantly was like, motive. What implicates him? He drugged
Your
the detective.
admission that you drugged Detective Locke immediately incriminates you. But The murder could not have been possible without your very capable assistance. Your knowledge of train procedures made the murder possible, and your position in the corridor of the train allowed you to be the perfect alibi for several passengers. And your motive? Suzanne Moreau, Daisy Armstrong's poor nanny, who was wrongly accused and committed suicide, was your daughter.
C'est un foiré. He got what he deserved. My poor daughter has finally been avenged. My Suzanne. My child.
Let's move on now to Monsieur Hardman, one of 3 detectives on this train.
Also, the kids have... One is passed out on the floor, the other is nestled quite comfortably in their dad's chair. Pretty cute. They're being quiet, which is wonderful. And he absolutely did, because he was Suzanne's fiance. Michael's testimony.
Monsieur Hardman, I think you are a real detective, but you were never hired by Ratchet. Your alibi was that you were watching the corridor to protect Ratchet, which, of course, you never did. You protected Pierre Michel. However, we just saw that his alibi doesn't hold up, so neither does yours.
I don't know about the conductor.
Being Suzanne's fiancé, you had a substantial motive to punish Ratchet. You used your detective skills, just as Detective Locke did, to hunt him down and finally avenge the death of your beloved.
That's right, Mr. Poirot. I do have some detective skills.
I never doubted it. Now, Fraulein Schmidt, the lady's maid with the soul of a cook.
You absolutely did. It's a little, like a squish ball. A stress ball. It just sits on my desk, and especially during these long scenes, I need something to engage my hands. She also drugged Mrs. Locke, that's right.
Fraulein Schmidt, you told me of your remorse for drugging Detective Locke. I believe you are sincere. However, as the cook of the Armstrong family, you experienced the drama from within. The death of Daisy, then Sonia Armstrong, who died in childbirth, and finally, Suzanne and John Armstrong.
So much misfortune in that poor family. The death of this criminal is only justice.
Her face is terrible.
Let us move on to Countess Andreni. I was impressed by the earnestness of her husband when he swore to me solemnly on his honor that his wife never left her compartment that night. Should I believe it?
She absolutely stabbed him. That was her sister.
Even if it seems logical, it's more complicated than that. I believe Countess Andreni.
Oh, but she sent her husband. What clears her? She's too weak.
Countess Andreni is young and
okay,
fit,
maybe not.
Physically quite capable of stabbing Ratchet. The problem must be somewhere else.
Morally incapable?
Countess Andreni, being Sonia Armstrong's sister, you had every reason in the world to want to avenge her. But you were incapable of stabbing someone, even after what he had done to you and your family. The night of the crime, you simply took a sleeping pill. I appreciate the irony that nearby, Detective Locke was also in a drugged sleep. When you awoke, you thought the nightmare was over.
Just begun.
Hush, my love. Hush.
Excellent transition. I was coming to you, Count Andreni.
You acted for your wife. He didn't like his face.
12 people, a jury. This was very important to all of you. If Countess Andrény did not stab Ratchet, someone had to take her place. And you, Count, the beloved husband. I've seen how fiercely you love and protect your wife.
Enough! I would do anything for Helena. Anything. Even that.
Yes, even that. Let's move on to Monsieur Foscarelli.
So I'm a graduate student of architecture. So it's a very intensive program, which is why I only stream generally 3 days a week. Which my classmates also think is insane because none of us can have jobs because it's so much. But since it's spring break right now, I'm going crazy. I get to stream a little bit every day and can actually work on some of my content creation, which is cool. But yeah, architecture. So sometimes I'll drop some mad facts about like, you know, this train is very Art Nouveau, Art Deco, or some histories on why things were done a certain way. My friends like to make fun of me and say that my degree is showing whenever they watch. He... In the investigation, that's what it was.
Locke found out that you were the Armstrong chauffeur, and that you planned to travel on the same train at the same time as Ratchet. That is what made her decide to obtain a ticket as well. Unfortunately, she could not prevent the murder. Have you lost your tongue, Mr. Foscarelli?
Oh, Daisy. She was the delight of the house. Tonio, she called me. And she would sit in the car and pretend to drive me.
Such a sad story.
Mademoiselle Olson. A champion for the immigrants. A worthy calling.
So I can't think of what her connection is. Also, this is like literally the saddest story. 3-year-old kidnapped, murdered. Mom dies later through a miscarriage of the unborn child. The nanny commits suicide because she's so racked with guilt over this whole thing, knowing that her boyfriend was the reason the kid got kidnapped. And then the dad commits suicide because everyone's gone. It's such a sad, sad tale. I can't think why she would have. We don't have any evidence as to why.
I do not think that's the right answer.
I guess the alibi?
Admittedly, she lied to me about Mademoiselle Debenham's schedule. But one lie does not convict her.
Latch?
Mademoiselle Olson, you supported Madame Hubbard's story about her connecting door latch. A story that I later demonstrated to be impossible. So, you deliberately lied to me, and you also lied about Mademoiselle Debenham's whereabouts.
Tisk tisk.
Enough! I can't take this anymore. I know what you
Who are
want
you?
from me, Mr. Poirot. Very well. Here it is. She was my little Daisy, my angel, so patient. When I patched a scrape or took her temperature, that was my job. But she was so much more to me. She was a shining light in an ever-darkening world. I've tried to honor her by caring for children who have lost everything.
She like the doctor?
Thank you, Mademoiselle Olson. You too shed light on your part in this mystery.
No, she was the nurse at Daisy. Yeah, okay. Also, I really want to watch Knives Out now because it's the same kind of thing of stuff's going crazy. It's such a good one.
You were Daisy Armstrong's nurse. I will ask you no more questions.
Or glass
it is
onion.
Enough that you have admitted what I know to be the truth, and I understand. Let's move on. Dr. Constantine.
Doctor.
You suspect me? I know none of these people. I didn't know Ratchet either, and I've taken a solemn oath to help people, not murder them.
I don't think he did. Because if they had a nurse, I don't know what he would have been. Oh, right, Book. He was with him that night.
You are one of the few people in this room not to have any connection with the Armstrong case. Moreover, your alibi is confirmed by Monsieur Book, whom I would trust with my life.
That is very kindly said, my friend.
We now come to Mademoiselle Debenham and Captain Arbuthnot, whose relationship was not in doubt from the moment I inspected your room at the hotel.
You have a bloody nerve.
Indeed, I do.
We're getting married.
Oh!
Congratulations. But I would rather talk about your relationship to John Armstrong.
Oh. He was his lover. They were roommates. No, they were soldiers together.
Et voilà.
Et voilà.
Captain Arbuthnot, you served in the army with John Armstrong. What I don't understand is why a man your age is still a captain. One might expect you to be a colonel as well.
Did he leave after?
Fought in a war, Poirot?
It was war that first brought me to England.
Then you know what it's like. There's a shattering sound, and death, and mistakes, acting on intelligence that proved to be wrong.
You did a boo-boo.
I sent a patrol to their deaths.
Oops.
Good men, brave men, wasted. John testified on my behalf at a court-martial. I'm not a colonel. I don't deserve to be, you bloody fool. But I'm also not in prison. John remained my best friend until... There, you have my story. Understand now?
Archie, calm down, please.
You're right, Mary. What you see in me, I don't understand.
I am but a
Archie,
broken man.
I see in you what John saw.
Miss Debenham, I'm sorry.
My turn, is it?
I'm afraid so. And you have caused me quite a puzzlement. Your connection with the Armstrong family was not obvious. Then I remembered the job you currently hold.
She's a tutor. Was she tutoring? Yes. Great-great-grandfather immigrated to Australia, 1854. Taught his son the monumental man. Ooh, that's really cool. That's really cool. I like family histories like that, especially when it's like a passed down thing. That's neat. And that's such a skill that not a lot of people really have, or like people don't understand how difficult it is. Because nowadays people think masonry, they're like, oh, you slapped some bricks and some mortar down, no big deal. But there's such an art to being able to carve the stone and to like get it set just right. Like I could never. I don't have the patience. So that's really cool. I love that. That's neat. Where'd they immigrate from? Just curious.
That was easy. You were the teacher of...
Daisy? Yes. Because Helena was too... You'd have been too... Wait. Daisy's too young. Maybe it was Helena. From England. Nice.
You were the teacher of Helena Andrény, whose maiden name was Helena Goldenberg before she married Count Andrény.
Yes, absolutely. Why lie to you? She was an excellent student.
They look like they're the same
Captain
age.
Arbuthnot.
Also, England. I got to go on a summer trip to London a couple years ago. And my gosh, the architecture out there is so good. So we got to go travel and see like some of the churches. We went to the town of York. Got to enjoy the Viking experience, little like Disneyland ride. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's ridiculous. But I loved being there. I did all these like, also kind of a nerd and a geek that loves like ghost stuff. So I did like ghost tours, and we got to go look at the architecture while we're on the ghost tours, and I got to go see like architecture tours, and it was such a good time. There's so much history there that America just does not have, especially in the Pacific Northwest. Like we have some, but we're not that old. Like it's pretty boring out here, and people don't care about like architecture in the same way, and we're more likely to demo something and put something new in for the sake of development and capital. And it's wild. So I love going to other countries and seeing what they still have about, because we have nothing. We got warehouses and it's boring.
No,
wait.
His vial found at
Oh,
the
right, it
crime
was a
scene
decoy.
was a decoy. The fact that he probably killed enemies during the war does not make him a cold-blooded murderer.
Wait, what was McQueen's testimony?
You had one of the strongest alibis,
Oh,
thanks
that's right.
to Mr. McQueen.
Oh, and we've already
But
ruled him
his
as
testimony
Gotcha.
melted like a snowflake. There went your alibi. Poof. Unless you have another one.
Oh, God, he's got a thick neck.
As for you, Mademoiselle Debenham,
She did. The words at Istanbul?
Yes, I remember
Okay.
overhearing Mademoiselle Debenham talking with the captain at Sirkeci station. She said, "Not now, not now, when it's all over." That's significant in light of what we now know, but not enough to incriminate her.
So the testimony.
Mademoiselle Olsen was the only one who could confirm your alibi. I think you know where you stand.
Very good, Mr. Poirot. Are you satisfied?
I will be soon. Now I must turn to Sonia Armstrong's godmother, Princess Dragomirov.
I want to be a princess. I would love to go to Australia one day. England's the only place I've been out of the country, but I would love to see some of the different things. I think there's a museum there. Oh gosh, I can't think of the name of the architect, but it's a museum that like spans over this highway cap. But the like inspiration for it was to take a deck of cards and like fan it out. And so there's all these different layers and tiers to it, but they also kept the like old oil drum like cellar essentially at the bottom of the museum. I think it's in Australia. I think. But either way, I want to go see so many other things in the world, and I hope once I graduate, I can actually go and do some of that. Oh my god, please. Please show me those things. That would be so cool. Oh, I would geek out so hard. She did. She had a lighter hand. She's left-handed.
Princess Dragomirov, you weren't on my list of suspects at the start, given your social position.
I left my social position in a cold country.
Do you object to being addressed as princess?
I deny people the opportunity. It makes a good story to tell their friends. It also guarantees a good table in the best restaurants.
Princess, there is also, forgive me, your extreme physical fragility.
It does not stop me when I must be strong.
Indeed. Of more importance, though, is the fact that you're the only left-handed person on the train. And the single blow to ratchet from a left-handed person was very, forgive me, weak. Finally, I'm afraid I know the alibi that you shared with Fraulein Schmidt is false.
You have been very thorough, sir. I hope you will permit me to say we are much alike.
I am honored. Now it is time to end with Mrs. Hubbard, or should I say...
Oh, that's who she is. So she is the mom of Sonia. That's why she would talk about her daughter. Oh my gosh.
Linda Arden.
Le Gasp.
If Princess Dragomirov hadn't told me about her relationship with this famous actress, I might not have made the connection. But you are a great actress, madame. Your performance as a flighty, self-involved woman was superb. I never would have guessed something entirely different. As for what ties you to the Armstrong family, it is obvious.
It is obvious. You are the mother of Sonia.
My little gray cells did not let me down.
My little gray cells did not let me
Mrs.
down.
Hubbard, you are the mother of Sonia Armstrong and Mrs. Andreni.
She absolutely did. That was her daughter. How could you not? The Ooh. She was next to Ratchet. She did say the toilet bag was hiding the latch, so she lied. But I think it's the proximity.
The fact that Mrs. Hubbard has direct access to Ratchet's room is no accident, but it does not incriminate her directly.
Madame Hubbard, you really are a remarkable actress. You put so much effort into your character and into staging the murder. I saw it as a perfect mosaic, each person playing his or her allotted part. So carefully arranged that if suspicion should fall on any one person, the evidence of one or more of the others would clear the accused person and confuse the issue. Everything was meticulously planned. But you hadn't expected that Detective Locke and I would be on this train, and the avalanche would block it on the night of the murder. You had to improvise. But again, improvisation would be another of your skills as an actress. So you came up with the story that the latch on the door that communicated with Ratchet's compartment was hidden by the handbag.
I always fancied myself in comedy parts. That slip about the sponge bag was silly. Shows you should always rehearse properly. You know all about it, Mr. Poirot. You're a very wonderful man, but even you can't quite imagine what it was like. That awful day. I was just crazy with grief. So were the servants. We decided then and there that the sentence of death that Ratchet had escaped had got to be carried out. There were 12 of us, or rather 11. Suzanne's father was over in France, of course. First we thought we'd draw lots as to who should do it, but in the end we decided on this way. It was the driver, Antonio, who suggested it. Mary worked out all the details later with Hector McQueen. It took a long time to perfect our plan. We first had to track Ratchet down. Hardman managed that in the end. Then we had to try and get Edward and Hector into his employment. Well, we managed that. Then we had a consultation with Suzanne's father. Captain Arbuthnot was very keen on having 12 of us. He seemed to think it made it more orderly. He didn't like the stabbing idea much, but he agreed that it did solve most of our difficulties. Well, Suzanne's father was willing. Suzanne had been his only child. We knew from Hector that Ratchet would be coming back from the east sooner or later by the Orient Express. With Pierre Michel actually working on that train, the chance was too good to be missed. My daughter's husband had to know, of course, and he insisted on coming on the train with her. Hector wrangled it so that Ratchet selected the right day for traveling when Michel would be on duty. And then, at the last minute, you came. For the rest of the story, you worked out everything, Mr. Poirot. You were right about all of us. What are you going to do about it? If it must all come out, can't you lay the blame upon me, and me only? I would have stabbed that man 12 times willingly. It wasn't only that he was responsible for my daughter's death, and her child's, and that of the other child who might have been alive and happy now. It was more than that. There had been other children kidnapped before Daisy, and there might be others in the future. Society had condemned him. We were only carrying out the sentence, but it's unnecessary to bring all these others into it, all these good, faithful souls.
Oh.
You are a director of the company, Monsieur Bouc. What do you say?
I would just be like, oh, I didn't see nothing.
In my opinion, Poirot, the first theory you put forward was the correct one. Decidedly so. Yep. I suggest that is the solution we offer to the police. You agree, Doctor?
Certainly, I agree. As regards the medical evidence, I think that I made one or two fantastic suggestions.
It was one person. No
Then,
left hand.
Having placed my solution before you, I have the honor to retire from the case.
Nice. Ugh. Solve the murder on the Orient Express. Oh, that is it. Oh, I thought there was more. Oh, man. That was so good. Oh, what's this? Is there more? Was it a lie?
I'm sorry to wake you up in the middle of the night, Poirot, but it couldn't wait. There was a detail that bothered me in my preliminary autopsy of Ratchet's body. I went back to examine the body and I discovered a wound covered by another. The blow I hadn't seen was delivered by a thinner, sharper blade. So there were not 12, but 13 stab wounds.
12 stabs for 12 jurors. It doesn't work with 13 wounds. The symmetry is destroyed.
What?
It can't be one of the culprits who stabbed him twice?
Doctor,
It's
a
different.
different knife was used. There is only one explanation. Somehow, some way, there is a 13th murderer on this train. We must tell Book. The case is not solved.
But the case finishes here. What do you mean there's more? That was chapter 8. There's 13 chapters. What? Okay. Wait. Ooh.
Please, come in. Ah, Book. I see we are moving at last.
Yes. The way was finally cleared while we slept. If all goes well, we will arrive in Venice this evening. The train will be there for several hours for refueling and reprovisioning. What do we do with the 13th murderer? Do you have a lead?
I thought about it. There is one clue that was left aside in my investigation. The diary I found in Ratchet's safe mentioned an appointment in Venice. Someone with the initials A.W.
That's
He will never
right.
keep the appointment. But there should be enough time. I must try to keep that appointment for him.
I don't. Can I look back at the diary? Okay, good. Arriving to Venice. Now I have to use the Ponta de Conigli. At the fountain somewhere, I think. AW. Oh, 11 o'clock. Meet AW. Whoop. Right. 11. Oh, dang it. I didn't. I think it's Venice. Nope. I don't remember what day. I wasn't looking. It's the 18th. 18th. Okay. My mouse is lagging. Dear gods. Confirm.
This is wrong.
What?
But I'm never far from the truth.
Oh, 22. I did math. Did it
My
bad.
little gray cells did not let me down.
Ooh, buddy. Gosh, I'm shook that there's more to this. Find your Hastings. What do you mean? Also,
I think we should let Ratchet rest in
he's
peace.
still in there? You just left him. Wait a minute, talk to Dr. Constantine. Ah, okay. Where is the doctor?
How would it look to the police if I asked a suspected murderer for help?
Oh no. So we've been streaming for a bit, so I think once we get to Venice, we'll call it.
Doctor,
That can be
a
for
moment.
Wednesday.
Have you made arrangements for Ratchet's body?
Yes, it will be collected by the Italian authorities when we reach Venice. The autopsy will be performed there. However, there is something odd.
Oh?
Since the train is French, jurisdiction must be shared. When I told them you were already on the scene, they have both agreed to support your investigation until we reach Paris. Ratchet's compartment will be sealed until we arrive there. All of those who conspired to kill Ratchet are to be confined to the train until then as well.
So, thanks to you, I am the rope in a tug-of-war between two countries.
Oh, but I thought you would want to be in charge. And isn't it odd we continue on our journey with a trainload of people that police consider potential murderers?
You're
Calm
fine.
yourself, Doctor. It is not the first time I find myself in the middle. And, to be honest, I welcome the chance to see this case through. It is fast becoming one of the most challenging of my career.
Because it'd be one thing if they were, like, recklessly murdering people. It's another one, it's like, no, they planned this, they have intention and motivation, like, they're fine. They're not gonna do anything to you. I need to find a Hastings. Ooh, can we get Locke? Will Locke be our little Hastings? That'd be pretty cool. Yes, you. Come with me.
Mademoiselle Locke, you are clearly an excellent police officer. Could you accompany me to Venice for an investigation into Ratchet's activities? There is much we still need to know.
Well, yes. It would be an honor to work with you. And I'm glad you trust me. What do you have in mind?
There was a notation in Ratchet's appointment book. He had an appointment.
With who?
There were only the initials A.W. They were to meet at 10 o'clock at the Fontana dei Conigli. I want to know who Ratchet was meeting and why.
But you've already discovered the 12 conspirators. Why is this meeting important?
Unfortunately, the case is not complete. Dr. Constantine has discovered the presence of a 13th stab wound.
One of them could have stabbed him twice.
The wound was made with another, finer blade. Why would one of them have used two knives? Did they want to confess they killed him more than the others? And if so, why bother to deny it when they have already confessed? No, it makes no sense. And I do not close a case until all questions have been answered. You, of all people, must understand this.
You're right. I do understand. I'll help you.
Thank you. Together, we will uncover the truth. We will arrive in a few hours. Take the opportunity to rest.
I slept well last night. No more effects of the drug.
Excellent. Then be prepared when we reach Venice. We have another mystery to solve.
Ooh. It's so good. 'Cause yeah, the reason they did it the way they did with the one knife and everyone had taken their turn is nobody could technically be convicted.
This is the third embarking dock, and no gondoliers available at all.
Look at the mask.
With Carnival, you can't find a gondolier to cross that damn canal. They're all booked. The worst thing is that the fountain is just across this canal. We're almost there.
You could swim. I'm sure it'd be great. Oh my god, look, now I need to go watch A Haunting in Venice. It has to happen. No. Death on the Nile is before? Hold on. Hold the frickin' phone.
I see a gondolier just over there.
Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, series, order. Ooh, fun. So that means that we'll need to play ABC Murders next, because we do have the other Hercule Poirot, Little Mr. HP games. We have ABC Murders, Death on the Nile is coming out this year. The first case is so it like takes you back when he's younger, and then the London cases. So we've got a couple that we can work through. But I think this is where we're gonna call it for today. We'll finish this up on Wednesday. Tomorrow we're gonna finally get back into Spiritfarer. That one should be good. It got me in the feels last time, so looking forward to doing that again. But thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for everybody that's tuned in. This is a fun time. Really appreciate it. I'm loving this. There are some puzzles that are a little frustrating and a little much, but the way they're telling the story is fun. I love that there's this little additional space that we're gonna do. I'm looking forward to it. We should be able to finish this up Wednesday, and we can go on to the next one. I'm always accepting, what's the word I want? Recommendations for games. Technically, I think I'm filing this under a puzzle. I do have a few other puzzles. We can do more Agathas if we want, or we can switch to some different puzzle games if you guys have preferences. Always down for a hidden object game, just saying. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!